Kaeya got a quest at some point.
Seriously, you have a
Let's
great
go do it.
magician stand. Right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you?
Him, Teller, Whoopi Goldberg, and Gilbert Gottfried were all on the same show once, probably. Gilbert Gottfried was also on The Apprentice. At one point. Use Lumine, trust you? Interesting.
Just what will we come across this time?
So long.
Tides, right?
The audience thinks that.
His hangout event is in Sumeru. I was kind of wondering about that. I was like, is his quest going to be canon to the storyline there? To the event, rather? And it looks like the answer is maybe. Gonna get going, Bess. See you later. I'm shocked you stuck around this one. Bess, did you actually, dare I say it, enjoy that quest line? Has Anime France been so good that it's even sold you? It sounded pretty alright. Hey, we'll take alright. The only person who literally can't let go of grudges and admit that Genshin is good again right now is Dusk. He refuses to believe it. Also, hi, Kaeya.
Hey, little birdie. Don't feel down. Come and perch on my shoulder. Don't be shy. I'll show you around town.
Oh my. Oh, sorry, I need to have the guide open. That's right, Secret said to go for ending 2. I got it, okay. That's not what a Duskbird sounds like.
Really? No wonder they never pay attention to me. Forget it. I probably shouldn't be anthropomorphizing them anyway. Haven't seen you in some time. To which one of the Animo Archon's wins do I owe the honor?
Yeah, very weird to think you can go from cameoing in movies to being indicted. Pick this one because it's lengthy. Understandable. Your natural charisma drew me here.
Oh, is this your way of saying that you missed me?
Always.
Since it wasn't meant to be with this little birdie, I'd better leave it alone. Let's take a walk, shall we? If you're wondering why I'm here, Jean's been worrying about trade safety recently. I discovered this when I unwittingly... Another job involving long-distance travel falls to me. I suppose it's my own fault for having such a strong sense of duty.
You're trying to eat my bacon at the same time, and it's not working out well, as you can see.
Still, on the bright side, business is now taken care of. And I have unused travel funds, so I was planning to...
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted return to the palace?
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty, such that I must personally report it to you.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun.
Where were we just now? Travel expenses?
Ah, yes. Here's what I was thinking about the unused funds. Given that the acting Grand Masters saw fit to allocate these funds to my trip in the first place, I think it's my responsibility to make sure that every last mora is put to good use. In other words, what do you say we find a way to spend the remaining budget? Perhaps a fancy meal at a nice restaurant? Or a river cruise that takes in the sights of Sumeru City? Or we could buy a few nice mementos to take home.
Isn't this embezzlement, sir?
Hey, no need to put it like that. Let's keep walking. We can consider it some more on the road. The rules of the Knights of Favonius state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip? You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. Regular maintenance is essential for reliable
Lene and
performance.
Kaeya walking together. Oh yeah,
And
shoot, I should have
anyway,
made it Lumine.
Life is short.
My bad.
So we should make the most of the time we have. Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. So come on, what do you say?
Let me take you somewhere new.
Great. Music to my ears. I'll cover the travel costs, of course. There's nothing more enjoyable than the company of a good friend. Let's call this a nice little excursion to round off my long business trip. Now, let me think where we should go. I've seen a lot of Sumeru already, so let's go for someplace new. How about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mondstadt anyway, so it's
Gonna go
not
all
out
the
of
way to Liyue? Bruh. I'll show you around.
Well,
Ain't
lucky
nothing that
me.
interesting going on there
I'll
these
hold you
days,
to
unless
that.
it's Chinese New Year, but sure.
Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds with the Knights of Favonius, so the address on their letterhead is one of the few places I'm familiar with. I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a moment, and then we'll head there together.
Not pictured. The 20-hour-long boat ride. Probably longer than that. Yeah, my bad. You warned me to use Lumine. That was probably at least one of the reasons why. I forgot. I've been defaulting to Lynette just because of her dash. Makes it quicker to get around.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you.
I know all the best spots.
Great.
This place is
Maybe
scenic
you can
if
tell me
nothing
about
else.
your previous travels here along
And
the
its
way.
new menu in the party swap
It's such
looks
a
really nice.
satisfying feeling to just
It's
drop
very
everything,
orange.
go on a long trip, and see something new. Who knows who we might
Looks
cross
great
paths
with the all
with.
Geo party.
We might even end up going on an impromptu adventure. Just like how I met you in Port Omos, and now
Oh my.
I'm here. Come on, let's see what's up ahead. Do you know this shop? It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry. We are a long-established trader of precious stones. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Let me see. Ah, some nice jewelry you've got here. Maybe I can grab something with a local flavor as a souvenir. What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
See if they got anything off the shelf.
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're struggling to decide, you might want to consider getting some jade. You can't go wrong with a nice jade pendant. They're an elegant addition to your look, whatever your age or gender. If you're looking for a specific design, we can make it to your specifications. It does take some time to fulfill an order, however. High-quality jade is hard to come by, so our waiting list is at least a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting and I won't be in town for very long. So as much as it pains me to do so, I'm afraid I'll have to leave
You
this
guys don't
beautiful
have
bijou
mail?
behind.
No
Come on,
worries
man.
at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Shurto at the Jade Mystery? He also deals in jade and precious stones.
Oh, that guy. He had a really annoying commission that I don't think I ever got the secret achievement for.
Exactly. But on that note, let me give you a word of advice. There's no risk in purchasing a piece of jade that's already been cut. But you could lose all of your mora betting on uncut rocks. I won't say any more, as I don't want my fellow vendors to think I'm bad-mouthing them. But I think you catch my drift. It's only human nature to spend a little when you're on a trip. But don't be too hasty to part with your cash. The Ministry of Civil Affairs
I wish more
takes
used car
everyone's
salesmen were
economic
this honest.
well-being very seriously, and they often send out the Millilith to spread public awareness of well-known scams. As guests here, I'd encourage you to watch out for anyone trying to rip you off.
I think that's sound advice wherever you go into that. We appreciate it, boss.
You don't think you got that achievement? Yeah, I don't know if there is one or not. I have to assume there is, but yeah, it's like some little mini game where like he shows you some uncut pieces of jade and you have to like guess which one's the good one or whatever. And if there is a secret achievement for it, I don't think I ever got anything from it. Yep, this crap. Shito. Yeah, shit is right.
Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade? We've got plenty of both for your viewing pleasure.
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were just briefed on that. Let's take a look at the pre-cut jade.
Only fools rush in,
I
Kaeya.
believe I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, there's nothing to be quite so wary about with my business. Feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything I do here is entirely above board and legitimate, and I sell only pure and unadulterated goods. No scam guaranteed. Sure, you can bet on jade and lose if you're unlucky, but that doesn't make it a scam. My
It kinda
terms
does.
are clear and transparent, and I only do business with willing customers. What scammer can claim that?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much the
It's like,
vendor
oh,
is
can you really
charging.
call Gosh
If
as
the
a
customer decides to
scam?
hand over their
Because
money,
they
they're
post
taking
their
the bait of
rates
their
and
own
blah,
free
blah,
will.
blah. I'm like,
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Although your peculiar phrasing at the end there, you almost make it sound as if I really am scamming people.
it's totally still
Anyway,
a scam.
betting on jade is what it is.
You can't
Feel free to
fool
try
me.
your luck, but if you can't afford to lose, then it's not for you. We don't need to cause each other any trouble. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now while I deal with other potential customers.
Amber-colored jade would probably make for a good souvenir.
You're gonna buy this crap?
Why not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain him for a bit.
I have better quality prices than these.
Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll pass.
Ahoy there, Captain! Fancy seeing you back in town. Struck any gold lately?
What, a poor sailor like me? You must be joking. I barely managed to make ends meet. What about you, Chateau? Still scamming people with your pile of rocks?
Hey! Keep your voice down. Can't you see I've got customers? But more to the point, when have you ever seen a customer get scammed in my store?
I mean, you want the full list? Or... Hold up, is that? Captain Kaeya! What, brings you to Liyue?
Oh, just taking a short trip with my friend. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a good while, hasn't it?
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let
What's
me
up, Kai?
think.
Is your bitch sense
London
tingling?
restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter
Guy
is
looks
a
like he has a
skilled
pillow
chef,
under his
and their prices are
garment.
very reasonable.
Which one, the
My
fat
wife
guy?
can't get enough of their boiled fish. You could give that a try.
Cheeto?
And
Assuming you mean the
speaking of
fat
my
guy,
wife,
it's probably because
won't
they
let me
don't
forget
actually
what
have a
great
proper
help
fat
you've been to
body
us before.
modeled.
So thank you on her behalf.
Your wife? Ah, yes. How is she doing these days?
Fake
Keeping
fat
well?
guy.
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway, I've got something I need to do down at the South Wharf, so my apologies, Captain Kaeya, but I'd better get going.
All right. See you. Ah, I finally remembered who that was. Captain Wu. He runs a transport business between Mondstadt and Liyue.
Captain Wu,
I
more
see.
like Captain
So you went through that whole
Pooh.
conversation with no idea who you were talking to. Well, that explains the generic pleasantries and the general awkwardness. Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to just take off mid-conversation. How exactly do you two know each other anyway?
You owe him money, my dude?
Nope, that's not it. I don't give out loans. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship sprang a leak. He overexerted himself fixing it and keeping the cargo dry,
Correct my
and
posture
ended up
myself.
passing out from exhaustion. I took him to Mondstadt to recover.
Well, it still seems strange to
I've
me.
got to get the
Sure,
squats
he's
button
hardly
done.
the most charming conversationalist. And
I decided
he's
sit-ups
also
were a little
mighty
too much, at least for
stubborn, but all
now.
of us know Old Wu is an
be
honest
a,
and kind-hearted man.
Karma tree an
His
option.
eldest was once playing on that big rock over there when he took a
But I can
tumble
get up
and
and do
injured
squats
himself.
every
I helped to
once in a
patch the
while.
kid up, and the
That
next
won't
day,
kill me.
Old Wu was here to buy a couple of uncut stones. I'm just surprised he was so quick to excuse himself, that's all. Normally, he's the kind of guy who, if you run into him on the street and he owes you a favor,
Stretch,
he'll
all
grab
right.
you by the hand and thank you profusely until you ask him to stop.
Well, stubborn, I can believe. Someone had drilled a gaping hole in his ship, and the water was coming in fast. How he managed to make it all the way to Mondstadt, not to mention with his cargo intact, I have no idea.
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. It must have been one of the less savory captains out there trying to sabotage his business so they can squeeze their way into the market. When competition is stiff, sometimes things get ugly.
I got it.
It's
I got
the
a
way
good
of the
one in.
world, unfortunately. His line of
I
work
got up
isn't
and went all the
easy.
way to the other side of my
The poor
desk.
fellow usually has to set sail before the break of dawn. He's been loitering around a lot these past few weeks, though.
Yeah, this is engaging
I
enough
thought
that you
maybe
can
you
do more
could
than
make
lurk
some
at the
more.
moment. No offense,
Competition
Neo,
is
nah.
fierce these days.
No, this is
There's not a lot of mora to be made in shipping.
the hangout events
So
have
every
always
day he
been
stays idle is
considerably
another
more
negative in the
budget
books.
than the
do
character
wonder what's
quest or
gotten
the
into him.
Archon quest.
But anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our goods like our own lives.
And
so
they are
who
very,
knows?
very
Maybe
NPC
he's had
heavy.
some important cargo to see to.
The endings are
Either
usually
way, good
worth it.
sir, don't mind him.
You get some really cute ending photographs out of the deal, but yeah, they can be pretty tedious to get through compared to the especially coming after the Archon quests we've had. Kaeya's this kind soul.
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Just look me in the eyes. Don't you find me trustworthy?
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Mondstadt, yes? Might I suggest the tea house is somewhere to rest your legs? If memory serves, they're just about to retell the tale of Bravebeard the Valiant from the top. Why not pay them a visit?
Sounds interesting enough. Let's check it out.
Yeah, no, I do like the hangout events. Like I said, I think the end result is cute, but they can get pretty tedious to get through.
Over here.
But it's fine. The photographs will be worth it. So I can put one of the pictures in my teapot. Oh, there should be a teapot update soon, shouldn't
So
there?
this is the Huyu Tea House.
Example. You doing this ending until almost 3 a.m., yeah. God.
We meet again, Captain Kaeya. What a coincidence. Twice in one day.
Didn't you say you had some business at the South Wharf?
Oh, that didn't take me long. And I ran the whole way.
Wu, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a book for your daughter? What's this talk about the wharf?
Shh, just leave it be, Anjong. There's no need to embarrass him right in front of everyone else. I take it that you two aren't from around these parts. I'm a caravan guard by trade, and meeting people from all over the world is one of the main
Might have time
perks
for
of the
Armada.
job
We
for
might
me.
still be able to
Why
do a
don't you
little.
join my table so we can get to know each other?
The hangouts,
Seems
doing
like
all of
the
them in
tea
one
house
sit
is the
through
place to
tends
be
to
in
take about
Liyue.
3 hours.
Feels like I'm back in the
A little more, a
angel
little
share.
less, depending.
Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain Wu?
Yes, thank
So
you.
we'll probably be
If
able to
it
watch
weren't
at
for
least
you,
a little
Captain
bit.
Kaeya, She might
It
not
is
have even
Friday
made it
also,
into
I keep
this
forgetting
world.
about that.
I'm so lost, Woo. What's the story here?
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kaeya when you were there on business, or when you were visiting the in-laws?
The latter.
So Kaeya saved you more than once, huh?
Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to
Imagine
Mondstadt to visit
needing
her
help.
parents this one time, when we were mugged by a group of treasure hoarders near Dawn Winery.
Oh, that sounds awful. Were either of you hurt?
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his limbs, so they can't have roughed him up too bad. I'm guessing Captain Kaeya stepped in before they could do either of you any serious harm, huh?
Yes, he did. Thankfully, he heard my wife crying for help and drove them away. My wife was injured,
Don't mind my
quite
creaky chair. I
shaken up
cannot
by
get
the
comfortable
ordeal.
for whatever reason.
So he took her to the winery and asked them to look after her.
Hence the stretching.
So what happened to you? Where did you disappear to?
I got a pillow. That's easy to help.
I was in the water.
Huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they can still get you in there, right?
No, that's not... They threw me into the water and stripped me of all my clothes.
Bruh.
They did what? Did they have a weird fetish or something? Stripping a sailor naked and throwing him into the water. It's not like you were going to drown. So, then what? I take it you swam to shore?
The treasure hoarders always move in groups, and fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option. It's no surprise that they quickly overpowered Captain Wu. I'm just glad that everyone made it out all right at the end.
Captain Kaeya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face for me like this. I already owe you so much. You don't have to do anything more. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself further. Oh, there's no point in me trying to save face now. They tossed me into the water to humiliate me, and to use it as leverage to get my wife to pay up. But they didn't know that I could swim. What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they weren't looking, and find a way to rescue my wife. That was before Captain Kaeya appeared out of nowhere and saved the day. So then I figured I'd get out of the water, get dressed.
Don't
and
care if we
catch up with you.
explicitly share images with
God
regard to
knows what they
P5X
did with
now.
my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery, so I had to run after
Yeah,
you with nary a
I
finger
have
myself.
I have precisely zero interest in that
Outrageous.
game.
So, what happened next?
I made it to the winery, but the maids noticed me first, and they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beating the treasure hoarders never got around to. After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord to explain everything. He then escorted us both safely to Stonegate.
Oh,
Snark.
Woo. I'm sorry. But...
Ugh, good luck living that one down.
Trust me.
Waka waka.
I know. My wife never lets me forget.
I'm sorry, Captain. I
Let's
wasn't
see, can I
intending
get
to
away
share
with
that
this?
story.
I can.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep
Don't
it
mind
under
me,
the
I'm gonna
carpet and
auto
forget
some
about
of
it.
Pump's
I
Star
don't know
Rail
if I can
dailies
ever
in the
repay you for all
background.
you've done. That's why I get so embarrassed every time I run into you. Still, it won't stop me from trying. You and your friend are here to catch the storyteller, right? The tea's on me. It's the least I can do. In fact, they do serve some food here too, but it's not the best. Okay, let me run and get some fruit to share. I'll be right back.
Oh, poor Woo.
This made you scratch your head, wondering if they were pandering to Zenkishi's
Gosh,
scramble.
I'm so sorry.
Said users
It's
thing.
just-
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, people are freaking out about that lady being playable. One, I don't think her design is very good
I wonder how much
in
Fanari
regular
caught
or
that.
Phantom Thief form.
Old Wu really has no filter,
Two?
does he?
Why does her skin get so much darker in her Phantom Thief form? I'm not comfortable with that. Just
He
saying.
really didn't have to share all the details of that story, but since he didn't seem to mind,
Also,
I
bold
wasn't
of all these
about
people to assume
stop
that
him.
game's even ever gonna see the day outside of China. She was a former Gyaru or something. Then she should be much darker and have white lipstick, not black. No, I will not humor their stupidity. Shit, I lost my place. Did you avoid bringing up the whole story on purpose? Try to help that guy
I
save
did
face?
actually forget it first.
Oh, okay.
But once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked escapades came flooding back. D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. He charged straight
But
out the
hags?
door, great sword in hand and raring to go.
You're gonna play a
seen him
Chinese
so
Persona
angry in a
5
long time.
Gasha just for one older woman
So many people owe me favors nowadays.
who is like a
It's hard to
6 or
keep track
7
of them
at
all.
best.
I really should go check my favors ledger once I'm back and refresh my memory.
You have a favors ledger?
Hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you? Do I really strike you as the kind of person to keep track of favors in a notebook?
Yes.
I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I have no intention of asking him to do anything for me in return. At least, not so far.
Luke respecting women. What a
I'm
good
back
man.
with fruit. Please help yourselves, everyone. My treat.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just a few fruits, nothing extravagant. Once my new pharmaceutical business takes off and I have Mora to spare, I'll get you a proper thank you gift and send it to the Knights of Favonius.
Pharmaceutical business. So you found a new career? No more shipping?
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition, and the margins are too small. So I've decided to switch gears. I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo Pharmacy and provide funding for a brand new
Boo Boo.
medication they're producing. It's specially formulated to treat seasonal joint and limb pain. If you didn't know, it's a very common health complaint among sailors, but also extremely difficult to treat. I've suffered from it myself, which is why I know that a lot of people stand to benefit from this once it enters the market. It's a good cause, and a stable source of income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a step up from the back-breaking work I did before. I've already had some talks and invested $1 million
Real talk,
more
guys.
for the
Again,
first
I'm
round
doing
of
pumps
funding.
dailies and Star Rail in the background.
Impressive, Wu.
I
wouldn't have
keep
thought you had the
I
connections
keep
for something
borrowing
like that.
my Kafka
So is it Dr.
for-
Baiju that you're in talks
to
with?
get myself some
Oh,
free
no,
some
not
some
Dr.
extra
Baiju.
credits out of it.
Actually, it was his master, Dr.
My
Baifutz.
fucking Kafka
His
is
medical
literally
expertise
one-shotting
and clinical
everything.
experience are second to none.
Like
And he
she's
really
popping
cares
her
about his
ult every
patients.
single round,
He
just
gave me a few
one-shotting
of
the
his
entire
traditionally
army of trash
formulated
mobs herself.
bone-strengthening
And they are
pills
just
when he
trash
saw me
mobs.
suffering from my leg
But
pains
still.
one day. It was like a
It's kinda
miracle
nutty.
cure.
Just
The
watching
pain
it out of the corner of
immediately
my
went
eye.
away.
Dr. Baiju's...
Just seeing her ult pop
Master.
off every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription for me, completely for free. He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, "It goes against generations of tradition handed down by our forebears." But he just felt like it was the right thing to do. What a great guy.
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the Secure Transport Agency did a delivery for Boo Boo Pharmacy. He told me that his master has already passed away.
Huh? Why would he say something like that? I mean, the guy's old, but he's still in great health.
Captain Wu, where did you meet this old master?
Just out on the
The
street.
internet?
I know that sounds dubious, but this is an educated and respectable gentleman we're talking about. There's no faking that.
Hold on a
Bruh.
second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long ago, too. He also described it as a miracle cure. He spent a lot of Mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, Herbalist Gwei took one look and told him he'd bought nothing but regular painkillers. This Baifutzu you met, did he by any chance have a goatee and salt and pepper hair?
Bruh.
He did.
If I may, Captain Wu, there's a lot of Mora involved here. It seems like it would be worth asking this Dr. Baiju about his master, just to set the record straight. You could show him the medicine as well. Clearly there's some misunderstanding here.
You're right, Captain Kaeya. A quick trip to Boo Boo Pharmacy, and I can get Dr. Baiju to clear all of this up. I'm sure it's all... I mean, hopefully it's
Trials and tribulations
all
were different. We
fine.
may have gotten like a
He
dragon
left in a hurry.
sooner.
He must be stressed out of his mind
God.
right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen people make that comparison before. There's one meme out there where I know the duck.
Hey, let him deal with this, okay?
There's one.
No
There's
point
one
in
I
you
saw that was
stressing
like
yourself out too. Fraud or
pre-
not, it's up to Captain Wu to figure out exactly
pre-poisoning
who he's gotten himself
Diego,
involved with.
whatever you want to call him.
I'm no Dark Knight hero, or martial arts
Ichiban,
hero for that matter, and neither are you.
Mugen from Samurai
Right.
Champloo,
Or are you?
and Eric Andre,
Now that I think about it,
all
I can see
making
you
like the
having a
exact
secret
same
double life as
pose.
a martial arts hero here in Liyue.
It's a little
You certainly
uncanny.
have either way.
Oop, shit, sorry,
Liyue
Kaeya.
has its own rules and regulations.
Misread. I
Best
thought
to
I
let
was
the
done.
Ministry of Civil Affairs deal with this in the proper manner. If a couple of outlanders like us get involved, we might just end up muddying the waters, even with the best of intentions. We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember? We don't want to get our priorities mixed up. Oh, and look at that. The storyteller's taking the stage.
It is said that the sky's the limit for the aspirational soul. But alas, for the woes of the world are equally limitless. No such stranger to woes was Huang Guang, a man who, having suffered countless injustices at the hands of
I
his
see what you
fellow
mean by
men,
this one. This one being
forsook them
lengthy
to dwell
secret.
among the mountains
This guy
and
always
rifts.
talks a lot anytime he's involved
Yet
with
fate
anything.
fortuitous found him when he entered the tutelage of an adeptus and learned many mystical arts from them. Per his master's wishes, he then returned once more to the human world, only this time with a sworn duty to cleanse the land of demons and to see justice done wherever he might tread.
So how are you all doing tonight?
Is that all? Oh, I was hoping to hear the rest of the story.
Did you like the storyteller at least?
It was all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself to save others, and it does make for some good storytelling, but it leaves you wondering how he really feels about the whole thing. Did he ever have second thoughts? Only he can know, I suppose.
Oh, I see the show is
Just
over.
finished the Alabasta arc in the game, damn. Were you defrauded?
Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
Then what are you waiting for?
Just
Don't
got done with
stand
your
there.
resin run?
You need
Oh,
to
no.
report this to the Ministry of Civil Affairs right
Oh yeah,
away.
I didn't use any in Genshin.
Hold on. Let's not
You're
lose
gonna have
our
to do that in the
cool.
background while we
Get
watch
your
while we
story
watch
straight
some Armada.
first, so you can give them a clear and detailed account of events in the order that they occurred. And one more thing. Do you still have a way to contact this guy?
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yunshang Tea House once I've withdrawn the next sum of Mora, so I suppose he'll still be waiting on that.
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself for this. I can't believe I was so gullible. I guess the world isn't made for naive simpletons like me.
It's not your fault. It's kind of your fault. Your good nature's nothing to be ashamed
Young
of.
lady, you're a good
It's not your
person,
fault you're
and
gullible.
I'm touched by your words of comfort. Still, it's up to me to find a way to get my Mora back. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with words of wisdom rather than the other way around. What does that say about how I've spent my life?
And
It's
a solution.
obvious, isn't it? He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
There must be more we can do beyond that.
Come with me. I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here? There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to
Why
help
am I the
each and
martial
every one
arts
of them,
hero?
can we?
I don't know martial arts, I just have magic powers. This option isn't listed. You picked one, I'll pick one.
Oh, I'm surprised.
I think you're a
didn't
good
know
person.
You thought of me as someone who
I
helps
just also
other
think you're a
people
sussy Nani Baka. You found it?
unconditionally. I'm
Oh, the one I was
genuinely
talking about?
flattered.
Yeah.
But we
Oh,
both
no.
know that I'm not that kind of person, really.
No, that's actually not the one I was talking about. I'm not sure what the Lego thing is. The one I was talking about had a Mugen from Samurai Champloo in it. It's the fourth one. Not just a Lego, whoever that's supposed to be. You didn't want to laugh at his woes. Nothing wrong with that. But we're gonna
Your
help.
logic is very straightforward and quite endearing in its simplicity. But I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now.
Maybe I just haven't been in Liyue for a while, but I don't remember us ever picking up that nickname.
Let's move out.
Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain Kaeya?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who defrauded you feeling angry and frustrated, but give him no way to get back at you. If it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor, what would you say?
What exactly are you getting at?
The Traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, she's all gung-ho about playing hero and righting this injustice once and for all.
Captain Kaeya, young lady, thank you. I will
Guess the right one.
humbly
There
accept your
you
kindness.
go.
All right. Now here's what I'm thinking.
There you go. There's the perfect one. Because Samurai Champloo makes
Alright.
everything better.
Then it's settled.
Perfect.
Per our
Let
brave
me
hero's
save that so I
plan,
don't lose it again.
let's rendezvous at Yansheng Tea House tomorrow.
I think I just retweeted it before at some point. I don't feel like digging back through my Twitter to find it. I find it hilarious that I'm starting to actually see some people refer to it as X. Like... It's like, shut up. You shut the fuck up. He ain't gonna see this. You dinks. I don't know what you call that, but I mean, you call it the Ichiban pose, right? Or I don't know. Which one came first? Ichiban's actually probably the newest one in that image. I don't know when that photo of Eric Andre was taken. Samurai Champloo came out in 2006? Something like that. I don't even know.
Let's move out.
And Ace Attorney 3 came out also in 2000? I don't know. I have no idea, actually. So I won't even guess.
Ah, you're here.
But whichever one came first,
I'll head upstairs first.
you call it the
join me
them
in a bit.
pose.
You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hands, it'll do as it's told. Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet. Now remember, if I touch my chin, you bet heads. If I touch my forehead, you go for tails.
Noted. How dare they make me manually skip that? I turned on autoplay.
Hello. Are you waiting for someone?
I'll head up
As
now.
long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here. Please be our guest.
I'm guessing since that was in Zelda text, he is actually going to like do something different. It's randomized, depending. I was gonna say, yeah, in which case, thank God the guy
From the
reminds
way
you
you describe it,
what his
Liyue
gestures
does
are. Unfortunately, it
sound
means
like
I
an
have to actually
attractive
watch
place
the
to
screen
sail.
and can't look at Twitter in the
Perhaps I
background.
might have to make the move here after all. All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable
The actual
sycophants.
character is on
Truly
screen, so
tedious.
it's fine.
The reason I left home in the first place was because I was reluctant to simply
Chin, heads,
live
forehead,
off of
tails.
my
I feel like
inheritance.
it's backwards.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must feel like the dullest existence in the world.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy
Heads,
to
heads, tails,
introduce
tails. No,
yourself.
or wait, shit.
Can't you see we got here first?
I'm second guessing myself on the. It feels like it should be the. I said it feels like it should be the opposite because the guide says if he touches his chin, it means bet heads. If he touches his forehead, it means bet tails. Is the guide wrong? Uh-oh. God damn it. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. Let's see. Other tables are taken. This was the only one left.
They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well. I'll make an exception for you this one time. Let's hope the tea, at least, won't disappoint me.
Tea!
So, my friend, what's your name?
Kaeya is a young lord from a wealthy family. I am an aspiring foreign disciple of the Guaha clan.
Here is the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
Ugh, this tea is... never mind. Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful conversation. I consider it good fortune that I encountered such a refined gentleman as yourself.
Also, does that
so
count as
far
touching
from
his
home.
chin?
Please allow me to pay for the tea.
Because he touched his chin.
Yes, good fortune indeed.
Oh, the
In
guide is
that
right,
case,
okay.
I must thank you for your generosity.
You there. I'll get yours too.
Thanks. Where are you from?
Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations.
Totally
I got
not from
bored sitting
Conria.
around at home and decided to set off on a journey to expand my horizons. The sights
Totally
of
not from
Liyue
that country
Harbor
that doesn't
are rather
exist anymore.
spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a waterfront property here so I can come vacationing every year. That would be quite nice.
It hasn't started yet. Oh, okay. So
If the
that didn't
family
count.
would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day.
Waterfront properties are so expensive.
And the point of life is to enjoy yourself. If something makes me happy, it's worth every mora.
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of mora as far as the common woman is concerned. It's understandable that our friend over here feels out of her league.
The name's Albert. Surname Rich. But only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich.
Bruh.
Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai, please just call me Albert.
Albert does.
Fucking Albert. Yo, mint chocolate. Thank you very much for the raid.
Caliber.
You
Appreciate
flatter me.
that.
What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you
Hope you're all
handsomely,
doing well.
of
I am
course.
currently playing a little bit of
Naturally,
catch up,
board and
trying to
lodging
finish
would
up
be
Kaeya's
included,
hangout.
And I could pay you in the region of...
Because I somehow
50,000
didn't realize
mora
it
per day?
existed until pretty recently.
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your mora. We're both men
Howdy,
of
howdy.
character. The pleasure of your ongoing acquaintance shall be ample reward in itself. To join
You just
a
finished
noble
Fontaine? Cool, cool.
gentleman on his
Yeah, I already
travels is
did
a
do
rare
Fontaine.
opportunity.
Very, very
Please,
good stuff.
Let me draft up an exact itinerary. I'll make
Decided to
sure
come back
give you
afterwards
the
and finish this finally.
experience of a lifetime.
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Which clan did you say you were with? The Hoo-Ha clan or something?
Hoo-ha! It's
Hoo-Ha,
Hoo-ha.
huh? Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them. I guess they're one of these obscure ones who keep to themselves.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue. It's only natural that you haven't become acquainted with all of them.
Ha, fair enough. Still,
Fair enough.
weird name. Bet they have some even weirder practices. Seriously though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few tricks down at the wharf. Is it that kind of thing?
Just martial arts, my dude. It's not that deep.
I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Alright. You twisted my arm. I was merely passing by. Your generosity would be better served elsewhere.
Young lady, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you loosen up and enjoy the free drink?
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face? All right then. What if I say your bill is mine and don't let you pay?
Fight me in real life.
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. Yinchang Tea House is no venue for a duel.
Didn't have anyone to raise, so you chose me at random. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Young people have hot tempers, I understand that. But there's no need to come to blows over a few words taken to heart when there are far more diplomatic ways to
I enjoy this game immensely. At least when the writing quality is up to the level it was in Fontaine. Stuff like this is a little slow paced by comparison, but hey, at least Kaeya's cute. I'll foot my own bill if I win.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose. It's not that I care about the moral.
Nighty-night, Mint
After
Chocolate. You have a
all,
lovely
I
evening.
offered
Thank
to
you
pay
again.
for everyone's drinks in the first place. No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win.
Bruh. You insulted me and now you want to dictate terms? This is where the coin toss happens? Okay. If I win, you have to make a formal apology to my martial arts clan that probably doesn't actually exist.
Fine. You can have your apology if you win, but on one condition. We'll do the best of three, and the winner pays for the table.
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to fight, peace begets wealth, as the elders used to say.
All right.
Why do you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this gal for a
Chin,
sec.
heads,
We
forehead.
don't want her to think you're stingy.
But I wasn't even a part of your argument.
That sounds
What
like
are
an
you trying to
excuse
say,
to
Mr.
me.
Bai? Whose side are you on here?
Of course, I'm on,
And
I am on the
anyway,
side of those who
it's
think
no big
rationally.
deal if you win. It's just a few cups of tea after all, so you can
Tea?
just take it from your fees as my guide.
all right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the dice gambling games I used to play in my youth. If it's just for a few drinks.
Good God, I thought
you
Ichiban
can
just got out of
count me
prison.
in.
All right, now
At
we're
least he got
talking.
20k clothes.
Okay, now that we've agreed on the rules, how should we do this coin toss? After all, a Mora coin looks the same on both sides.
Just mark it.
Well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to draw a line on one side. You two can wait for me.
Young lady, I can see that you haven't spent many years in the real world. You take everything far too personally. I, too, only met this Mondstadt millionaire by complete chance today, but we're getting along just fine. I actually came here to meet with a business partner to count the cash from 2 recent investments when this gentleman struck up a conversation with me. In the real world, you've got to keep up appearances. There's no need to offend the rich. After all, if you keep them happy, you can probably make some more off of them, too. You young people are much too impulsive. It pays to keep a level head.
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads and the unmarked side is tails. Everyone has to pick a side before the coin toss. Oh, and no takebacks.
Sure
we should
thing.
also take turns tossing the coin.
Sounds fair to me. Why don't you do the first toss, Albert?
Albert, my name's not Albert.
All
Oh,
right, then
right.
I'll start us off. Here we... Oh, wait. I nearly forgot to collect everyone's bets. Mr. Bai, heads or tails?
I suppose the choice is arbitrary since it's a 50-50 chance. I'll go with Tails.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails. What about you? Heads or tails?
Okay, he is touching his chin, so that means to bet head.
Yeah! Darn, I won. Lucky me, I guess.
I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the cards after all.
Do these answers matter? Let's keep going.
I have a suggestion. If one of us loses twice in a row, they should get knocked out while the other two carry on playing to decide the winner. Otherwise, with 3 of us playing, it'll start to get difficult to keep track of who's won the most times. I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you go next? I don't want you blaming my coin-tossing skills if you guess wrong this turn. Here.
Now just wait a second, my dear friends. Please let me do the second toss.
Oh? Anxious to take your turn, Mr. Bai?
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this round and this young lady wins, you'll be tied. And before you know it, you'll be at each other's throats again.
This isn't part of the plan. What do we do?
Well, that's not my only consideration either. You two may be too young to know this, but I've been around the block a few times. What's to say this isn't a trick coin, In dice games, people use all sorts of methods to rig the game. Some even fit the dice with mechanisms that give them whichever result.
Full disclosure, I barely remember why we're doing
Albert
this.
wins the next round, and you, young lady, lose for the second time in a row, then the third round will just be
We were
a
doing so
tiebreaker
good. Again,
between
this game
him
before
and me,
that.
and you won't get your apology.
And the hangout events are always kind of boring and tedious compared to the main plot.
Happens only for you to then find out that the coin was rigged.
Like,
all
my god, this I just had a moment where like, my god, you're still talking about this.
Albert to scam you while mocking the Guhua clan.
You couldn't just say, oh, the dice might be rigged, and go about your business.
For warpath that would put you on. A purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any misunderstanding further down the road. Go on, give me the coin.
He's still
I'll show you how
smiling.
to check if it's been rigged.
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai.
At least
Looks like I
Paimon's
chose
not
the
usually
right
involved
person
with
to be
these.
my guide.
That's the one
Here,
good thing about
take it.
these is Paimon
A
tends to keep
rigged
her mouth
coin
shut
will
during them.
always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. This one seems perfectly normal to me, however. But don't take it from me.
Busting this guy
Why
for
don't
scamming Kaeya's
you
friend,
test
yeah.
it for yourself?
No, I remember that much. I just don't remember how the hell this is supposed to do it. Like, I don't know why this elaborate-ass ruse is needed to show that this guy's a con man. I feel like there are more straightforward ways, but who knows? What do I know? No need. Just go about
What's
your
bet
business.
this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick with
I misread that as
tails.
Mr. Belt.
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this, so I guess I'll match your bet again this round. Tails it is. And you?
He is touching his chin again. That means heads again. Yes, there's Kaeya already.
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The 3 of us are now tied, so no one drops out. Certainly better than Albert and I going head-to-head in the final round.
My turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, here you go. What'll it be, Mr. Bai?
It's a tough decision this time.
It's really not, dude.
That's what makes it fun, isn't it? Anyway, there's no need to stress. What's the cost of a few cups of tea compared to 50,000 I'll be paying you every day?
You make a good point. All right, I'll take heads.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not that the outcome matters either way to me. I won't even notice the more's gone. Whatever. I'll take tails.
All right, full or head, tails.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started because you two got into a spat, and now I'm the one that has to foot the bill. What say you to another round?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. I can go for as many rounds as you want.
I'm out.
What a miserly person. Do as you please. The two of us can play.
But Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved. What say you to throwing a little loose change into the
Dude,
pot?
you won 3 times in a row.
Come on
Take
now.
the bag.
No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we? If you guess right, I pick up the tab. But if you guess wrong, I'm afraid it's still on you.
Sure. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, here's the coin. You can toss first. I'll take heads.
I'll choose...
Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me? This is a two-person game now. Surely one of us has to guess heads and the other tails.
All right. It all comes down to luck, after all. I'll take tails. Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all. Thank you for the tea, Albert.
You're on a lucky streak. Build them up
Look
and
at
knock
you
them
getting
down.
so giddy over some chump change. It's like you've never gambled with real money before, my old man. That's a real rush, I'm telling you. This is nothing by comparison. In fact,
I really
I'm
hope
starting to
that
get a little bored.
most of the endings are just
Well,
minor branches.
In that case, would
So that
you
I don't have
care
to keep
for
going
another
through this too
game?
many times.
Sure. And let's up the stakes a little this time. Shall we say 50,000?
Better idea when I look at the flowchart.
Maybe that's a little on the high side.
That's
What, 50,000? But that's just a single day's guide pay for you.
All right. I'll bet tails.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No takebacks. Heads.
Tails. Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't have
Does the
gotten
iPad
greedy.
guy have a gambling addiction?
After
Nah.
all, in the
No,
long
this
run,
guy might.
Gambling is always a losing game.
This guy didn't know when to quit.
50,000 more. My goodness.
Kai is.
Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but
Kai,
as it
it's all according to
happens,
plan.
I forgot to bring my coin purse with me today. Could you perhaps take this 50,000 out of my guide fees? Call it an advance payment. That would make us even.
Advance payment? Sorry, I'm afraid that's not my style. It'll have to be cash.
Still don't give a crap about anime, friend.
Just getting better.
That sounds
and
like a
better.
personal problem, Dusk.
Well, so be it.
Also high.
50,000.
We're not
let me
even
see
doing
what
anime
cash
France right
I
now. This
have
is
on
Kaya's
me.
hangout. You're allowed to call this boring, because it kind of is.
Just 50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
It's not?
What are you talking about? I think you'll find that our bet was for 50,000.
No, it wasn't. The amount was 1 million.
Are we gaslighting this guy?
1 million? Are you insane? Come on now, Albert. Be serious. A million here and a million there might be all fun and games to you rich types, but to ordinary folk like myself, this is no laughing matter.
We're
I'm being
gaslighting this
perfectly
guy.
serious. I know what I said, and what I said was 1 million mora.
You're lying through your teeth. Hey, young lady, you tell him. Did you hear him say 1 million at any point during
Yep.
our bet?
I sure did.
Huh? What the? I'm not deaf, you know. I swear I heard 50,000.
His friend lost 1 million. Oh, so this wasn't even a sting.
You
This
two
wasn't.
are in
And now
this
he's talking
together.
to us. This
I've
wasn't
never
even a
met
sting
either
to
of
get
you
him
before
arrested.
today, and out of nowhere, you suddenly roped me into betting over a coin toss.
This was just
And now
us
you're
trying to
accusing
get him
me
the
of
money,
owing
get the money
you
back,
1
or
million more. Huh? Do you have any idea who
I'm gonna
you're
run and
trying
refill
to
my
cheat?
drink. I'm gonna leave this on auto and hope I don't have to press any buttons.
I can't believe a
I'll be
couple
right
of
back.
beginners like you managed to get this far. Well, don't you
Love
try
cop.
to
Cover
celebrate
for
just
me.
yet. You amateurs have a lot to learn about the art of the con. Do you really think that nobody else will have heard all the commotion we just made? All I need is one witness, and this little scheme of yours falls apart. Frauds! Frauds, I say! These two kids are trying to scam me out of my hard-earned Mora! Hostess! Oh, hostess, come quickly!
How pathetic.
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome at Yenshang Tea House. I don't care what the issue is. You don't get to make a racket like that in here. Halberd! Fang!
Wait, don't throw me out! These two con artists
Yeah,
are trying to
they
steal my Mora! You can't let them
Yeah,
get away
yeah,
with
yeah.
it!
Well,
Got it.
let's take this somewhere else. I don't want any of you disturbing the other guests.
Would it be cheap if we just went for one of the endings today and did the rest at a later point? Probably. I like to do
Okay,
them all
you
in one
two.
go. I
Care
like
to
to get them
explain
over with.
yourselves?
Believe me, I get it.
He's making up
That was
completely
incredibly boring.
spurious claims. We were betting Mora over a few coin tosses, and now he wants to
Hopefully
back
the
out.
rest will be more
In
to the
land
point.
of contracts of all places. He won 250,000.
And hopefully we won't have
from
to go
me,
through that one in
then
its
another
entirety again.
800,000 from the both
To
of
get,
us.
to get one of the other endings.
Now he's refusing to pay up the measly 50,000 that he lost in the final round.
Okay, so after settling up, a total of
Yo!
1 million more should have changed hands.
Don
Sounds plausible
Brothers!
enough.
How much is left? This is one ending.
Lies. Hostess, if you don't
Almost
believe me,
1
ask
hour
anyone
to get
else in the
one
tea
ending.
house. These kids were so loud. I guarantee you, everybody in that room knows the true story.
Sorry
Bruh.
to interrupt you all, but
You
witnesses
tell
to the
me, people. Like I
situation
said,
here.
I might not be able to stream
what Mr.
tomorrow.
Bai
At least
says
not at the regular
true?
time, / not for as
Oh,
long.
thank goodness you're finally here.
Because I have to go
What
do
took you
birthday
so
stuff
long?
with my mom for at
That
least a
old
little
guy's
bit.
been bragging about the Mora he's won so loudly, I'm surprised the whole street didn't hear him. I was about
Should
to
we
report
just
him to
call
the
it here
Ministry
and
of
go ahead and
Civil
do some
Affairs.
Armada just to make sure we're
Leave
absolutely
me
sure we
out
can
of
get done
this.
with that
I
by
want
Monday?
Nothing to do with gamblers and scammers. Please, just bring me my check.
And then just
Our
finish
new
this
owner
up
laid down
whenever.
the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual
Yes.
games of dice, but there is zero tolerance for any explicit gambling with real
What?
Mora.
You guys aren't having fun?
Return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll have to bring in the Millilith. And I can assure you that they take a more hard line on this kind of thing than we do.
Why should I have to give them any Mora? I don't have any Mora
You
on
think?
me.
I mean, we're talking
but I
about
think you do.
we're talking
Two
about doing
investments,
this
was
or
it?
watching Transformers
One of them
Armada.
to the tune of exactly 1 million as
And given some of the strong feelings
don't
some of
forget
you have
you
had
still
on
need to
that.
pay the tab.
You. Wait. How did you?
Halberd! Fang! There's a gentleman here that I'd really like you to meet.
Please don't. I'll pay. All right.
This was never your Mora to begin with. We'll be returning it to its rightful owner now.
Gotti. I'm so glad we did whatever the hell that was instead of just calling the cops. Not like we're close personal friends with anyone in a high position of power who could immediately sort that out for us. Oh, wait.
What did you think, Captain Wu? Could you hear clearly from your corner on the second floor?
Yes, everything. I can't thank you two enough.
For the record, the rest should go by relatively fast. I mean, I don't know.
This
At least
was
one's gonna be
your
like a completely
doing,
different
wasn't
route.
it? You and this monster planned the whole thing, along with that blonde one. And all the customers on that floor were in on it too, weren't they? I know where you live, and I know what your wife looks like, and your pretty little daughter too.
Bruh.
You crossed the wrong
Okay, so now we
man
have to call the
today.
cops anyway because he's threatening us.
Who'd be scared of a crook like you? I'll take you on any day of the week.
Well, let's see how long that false bravado of yours will last.
Oh, look at that. He figured it out. Guess he's not as dumb as we thought.
I'll make my
Don't
call once
you
I get a look
two
at the other
get
routes.
cocky either. Just you wait. I will hunt you down.
Bruh.
My apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacated the premises. But I couldn't have things escalate inside the tea house.
I
hope you can understand
I'll take a look
our
at the
position.
timeline after this.
I noticed that all the guests
If at
on the
least
second floor
two
were present
endings
before you took your seats.
just
Then
branch off
left
of this
almost
one so I can just
immediately
skip through
after
all
you
that
did.
real quick.
Would I be correct in saying you were
Then
looking
maybe
to
we'll go
set
ahead and
this
finish
man
this
up?
tonight.
Wait, so you saw through it right away?
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme like
But
this
if not,
taking place on our grounds, as it risks
but if not,
damaging
we'll
our
we'll
owner's
yeet out early.
reputation. However, I understand that our owner holds the traveler in high regard.
Yeah, again,
and
just for the
must have
record,
good
I'm not
reasons for
like
their
canceling.
actions.
I'm not saying I'm not doing anything
Still,
tomorrow. I don't
would
know for sure
appreciate an
because I don't know what time I'm
explanation,
going over there or
if
what time
only
I'll be
so
back.
that I can answer to the owner.
As I
If I had to bet, I'm guessing I'll probably
when
get
you're
roped into
operating
watching
on
some
someone
movies over there or
else's turf,
something.
you run
Or
the
at least
risk
a little
of
bit,
clashing
but
with the master of the house. Thankfully, we considered that
I should
possibility
at the very
before
least
going
be
ahead
back
with
in
our
time tomorrow
plan.
to like to watch
Over
some
to
more
you,
Armada.
brave hero.
Whatever we don't finish
You're
tonight.
the one with the connections in Liyue.
One way or
It's
the
your
other.
time to shine.
One of the endings is in Sumeru. Okay,
Okay.
I'll take a look. Like I said,
understand the situation now. It
if
goes
at least
without saying
two
that I
other
have no
endings
wish
branch
to
off
stand
of
in
this
the
one
way
so that
of
I don't
your
have to go through all that
chivalrous
again,
deeds.
or go through an
I'll
entirely
report
different set of events
everything
that
you
might be
told
just
me
as
to our
long,
owner.
then we'll power through. But if not, we're done, and I'll get the footage together later. Feel free to find me again if you require further explanation for what the fuck just happened, because I won't have one.
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think? Angry and frustrated enough for you?
I'd say
Excuse me, coming through. Is this the Mr. Bai you reported to us?
Yes, that's him all right. The one who scammed Captain Wu.
Wait! Where's your evidence? And Wu, you've already recovered your Mora. I don't deserve to be punished twice for the same crime.
You threatened his family,
can't
my
talk your
dude.
way out of this one. You're already suspected of defrauding multiple victims out of smaller amounts, and the combined total meets the threshold for a conviction. If it turns out you're guilty in this case too, it'll only add to your sentence. Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? If so, we'd really appreciate if they could come with us and provide a testimony.
Me.
You got tangled up in this too, huh? In that case, please come with me. Your witness statements will play a crucial role in helping to move this case forward. Don't worry, we won't take up too much of your time.
And now we
And
have
you,
to do
sir,
the
can stop
entire
twiddling your
trial,
thumbs.
and this is
You're
actually
coming
the
with
first
us,
instance of
too.
the Danganronpa
Hey,
minigame.
keep your hands off me. I'll cooperate. Stop manhandling me.
No one is touching you, sir. Stop being a drama queen.
Thank you so much, the both of you. I really don't know how I could ever begin to repay you.
Well, I have an idea. We originally came here to do some sightseeing. Anywhere you'd recommend we go before the end of our trip?
Let me think. Now, where would I want to go? Hey, are either of you interested in a fishing trip?
Oh, wow, thank you. Yes, I was
Sounds
just
fun
thinking
to
this
me.
couldn't be any more boring.
Let's go.
But now we're fishing? On top of whatever that was?
Let's move out.
I'm being me. Again, it's not the worst we've ever seen, but just that was a whole lot of fluff.
Surprise!
It would not have been. I would not be nearly as harsh if not for the fact that we just finished the Fontaine Archon quest, and those just fucking hit it out of the park the way they did.
Well, this was certainly an eventful end to my trip. It wouldn't have been possible without you.
I will say
Or
I
my
am.
lucky
That
coin,
being
of
said,
course.
I am still glad I waited, because if I had done this on top of how boring the last patch was, like even the event wasn't too great, honestly. In retrospect, the more I've thought about it, like I can barely remember the details of that in retrospect. If I had done this on top of that, oh god, I would have been even more fucking mentally drained with the game than I was the last month or so. I was checked out, man. Like I said, I was forgetting to log in some days.
Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin if it had. Besides, I already taught you how to become attuned to it. You still need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it decided to play nice and spare us any more complications.
Kaeya, can you teach me your magic trick?
A better question to ask might be, what do I do to make this coin happy to work with me and show me whichever side I wish? My answer would be...
We saw
I
Klee in
tell
her
the
witch
coin a
outfit,
joke
exactly.
every
That was
time
the
I
important
toss it
part.
into the air.
Klee and Kaeya got very
If it
cute
finds
new
my
outfits.
joke funny, then it cooperates
That's the important
with me.
part.
Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me.
He caught us off guard.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin, but it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to have a contingency plan for when
I
the
misread
odds
that
are
as
against
optics.
You. So when I went to the counter,
I'm reading too much
I marked
Transformers
a regular
fanfiction.
coin as well as my trick one. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But it also meant that we wouldn't be able to control the result of that round. But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made things a little more
Why?
challenging
Because I
only made it all
can't
the
get
more
good
exciting
content
to
from
watch
the
him
actual
slowly but
shows that
surely
are currently
fall into
airing.
our trap.
Or comics.
Especially listening to him warn
So I
us
will
about
find
the
it
possibility
elsewhere.
of a rigged coin right as we were scamming him. That was my favorite part. As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was always going to end up with him paying. Unless, of course, he'd had some other
That
tricks
sounds like
up
a
his
personal
sleeve that we
problem. It
hadn't
is.
thought of.
That's why I'm personally fixing it.
Then things
by
would have
reading
gotten
fanfics
really
instead.
You two are genuinely the smartest
The
people I've
IDW
ever
comics
met.
didn't let
I'm no
Drift
intellectual, so
and
I would
Ratchet
never
hold
been able to
hands
come up with a
for
plan
longer
like
than
this.
2 seconds.
Even when you
So
describe
I'll
it to
read
me, I only
fanfics where they
understood
hold hands
parts
for
of it.
longer than that. I'm fixing my problems, man. Never change, dude.
Well, I may not be the smartest guy around, but one thing I do know is this. One should always return tenfold the help that they've received from others. We were just ordinary acquaintances. You had no reason to help me as much as you did. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know. You can always count on me. I guarantee it.
Oh? You seem agitated. Are you worried about owing me yet another favor? There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my friends, and the other my informants. My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them, no questions asked. The question is, which kind of person do you
want to be a good apple or a bad apple?
Ah, and you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend, but also daunted by the dangers inherent in becoming my informant. Well, it's
Kaeya,
okay,
this guy's got social
because I
phobias.
just
Be
thought of a
nice.
fun and easy way to get us out of this impasse. Let's do a coin toss. This is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar. Not the lucky one that does what I tell it to. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call.
I hope that wasn't permanent marker he marked that
May
one
the Lord
with.
of Geo decide.
So, was it heads or tails?
What do you think? What does your heart tell you?
He put it back in his pocket,
I
cheater.
understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude. No, that's a little too formal. What I'm trying to say is, here, your fishing rods, my friends.
I mean, that's cute. That is cute, but all of that for fishing. I don't know which Kaeya photo's gonna go on my wall, but it's probably not gonna be this one. I have to imagine we'll get
Seems
something
Lenny
cuter
is
out of
saying
this.
some strange things again. It's really worrying.
Did I get the achievement? I did, Pog. 20 minutes for an epilogue. An hour and 20 minutes, an hour, or no, with the recording, let's see. An hour and 13 minutes for one ending. All right. Again, it's not that bad. It genuinely isn't, but like just, these are very tedious to get through. Especially compared to the main story. Hi, Zilch. I think we're almost done here. It's gonna depend. Let's see. All right. That was one ending. That was one option. Does this one branch at... It does not. That was one route. And it was pretty self-contained. Oh my god. Yeah, when does it go back? When is that? I don't know when that is. I think literally everything that happened in Liyue was its own route. Oh my god. Yeah, alright. Alright. No dice. No pun intended. Okay, then yeah. We flew a little too close to the sun, trying to get a little too much done in one stream. We will come back to that at some point. If I get back at an even semi-decent hour tomorrow, then I'll finish that up. I'll finish it up tomorrow before we do more Armana. If not, I'll get to it at some point. I will find the time. I'm not gonna put it off until the next content or whatever. Just! Is it rude to ask if somebody's husband is single? Asking for a friend. As long as you make it seem like you're joking, it's fine. That's your get out of jail free card. Thank you very much for updating the autopsy report, Chucks. How you doing? We're getting ready to sign off here, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you for sticking with me. God. Alright. But yeah, again, it was not that bad, genuinely, but just good. That was a lot. That was a lot of fluff. Like, there was so much extra fluff text that didn't need to be there to get through the actual gambling part. But okay, whatever. That's one done. Hopefully the others won't be quite as tedious. I was so hoping they would be. Granted, I don't see how many other ways that could have gone other than fucking up the sigils so that we lost the bet or whatever. But yeah. That's the ending that took you to until 3 a.m. Secret, thank you. I don't know where I'd be without you. Thank you for recommending that one first, because I am glad we got that one out of the way. I would have been pissed if I had gotten like other ones first and then done that one last and also got stuck in being up until 3 a.m. or whatever. 2 a.m. streaming, something like that. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry you had to go through that. But thank you very much. Okay, I'm not gonna do a sign-off because I'm gonna have to, Frankenstein this footage together, so seamless. It has been hit! Seamless transition. Absolutely seamless. Alright, let's... Any recommendations on what ending to go for next, Secret? Read best thing real quick in the meantime. Oh! Oh, yeah. I love, yep. Understandable scene to love best. Yeah, no. It's so good. It immediately sets the tone about, like, what kind of comic this is gonna be. Like, no grimdark bullshit. Like, come on, man. There are nice people in the world. It can happen. Very, very good scene. Brings a tear to my eye. The polite redneck, the most polite redneck, yeah. It's possible. It happens. Yeah, I forget that's right. Yeah, Jaime lives in El Paso, Texas. Ending one, start on a familiar face in a faraway place. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All the way back here. For Totally Not Mark's Busaka video, he got TFS to do a bunch of little skits, and Masako said he recorded those for like 50 minutes. So a glimpse of what could have been, damn. That just makes me sad, again. Like, I get it, they were burnt out, but again, they were burnt out because they were working on stuff like the BoJack movie. It's like, oh, who gives a shit about BoJack? Just skip the movie then. But, okay. Again, I'm not. It's not like I'm the biggest fan of their work anyway, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. Hey, yo, Ninja, how you doing? Yeah, I'm happy. I wish you the best. I wish you the best of luck rolling for Don Hung too. Thank you for explaining his kit, because I didn't know anything about it. He sounds really cool. I'm a little sad, but I made my bed. I decided that I did the one thing you should never do when I rolled for meta. I heard that Kafka was really good with Sampo, a unit I am insistent on using. So I was like, we'll try and get a Kafka. And we did.
This is no time for
and now, after rolling for her light tone as well,
you have a great
I just have no funds left. So I couldn't get him if I wanted to. Unless I swiped, which I literally can't afford to right now. Maybe on a rerun.
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted
I'll let this play a
return
little
to
bit,
the
even though I think we already saw this, because I forget what the context was. The fucking, the Liyue one took so long that I forget what the initial setup even was, so I'll let it play out this time. I'll skip it if we have to go through it again.
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty.
Guy is so nice, he even talks to Jaime on the ride home about how he doesn't think Jaime should lie to his mom, right?
Looks fun.
It's so wholesome. The entire run is so wholesome. I love that goddamn. I'm probably gonna reread it myself. You know, I'm sitting here saying that if my sister likes the movie, I'll lend her my comics, but I kind of want to reread it myself after I see it. But it's fine. We'll see. We'll figure something out. Let's see. What was I looking at? Oh, right. Ending 1, I think. We're getting another free 10 pull. Sounds about right. Yeah, ending 1. Maybe do a Hail Mary on Dawn, too. If I don't have pity built up, I could do 1 YOLO 10 pull, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see what his 4 stars are. Oh, God. Guide, right? Sorry. I might be a little slow today. Like, yeah, today. Slower than usual. Because, what's it called? My brain don't work so good. I got 5 hours of sleep before I had to go do the birthday thing. Okay, I got it. Huh. Oh, okay, I got it. You want to stop and see the show?
Actually, yes. I saw some guards do a musical performance when I was.
You know them all.
With
Oh, that's right. They showed them off on the live stream. I forgot about that. Yeah, sure.
So are these actors.
Yeah, you can tell me who he's got.
And I think I actually recognize one of them. Come on, let's go watch.
One second, let me make it so that I can look at this without really minimizing my window. There we go. Live stream chat. Ooh,
Your
yo.
Majesty, not only
That's
has God
really cool.
bestowed the throne upon you, but your beloved son, Prince Kubad, has led our brave warriors to victory against Frasyav's army. His men have laid down their arms and fled. Frasyav's brazen ambition is no more. He has bowed his head and now presents to your Majesty an offering of treasures and hostages, as well as a plea for peace. My king, this battle has finally restored the
Yeah, I don't think
dignity
there's
of
anything
our
else you need to
people.
do.
Moreover, with Frasyav's
Looks pretty
offer of
good.
land comes the opportunity to expand
8K
our
gem.
borders, as your
Jade,
Majesty so
whatever the
greatly
fuck.
wishes. His Highness the
Gosh,
Prince
a
and
bucks.
I believe this peace settlement will be a great boon
Petition
to
to
our
just
nation.
refer to any
It is for
currency
this
in
reason
any
alone
gacha as
that I have
gacha
removed
bucks.
my armor and made
So that
haste
we don't
back
have to
our
keep track of the
homes from front
terminology.
lines. My king, what say you to this proposal?
Ah, it's the tale of Prince Kubad. Ever heard this one?
I have not. Dons are Yukong, Asta, and March. Ooh. I already have Asta maxed out. Asta's already E6 and March is, I think, E5. And Yukong, I haven't even built her yet. I still don't even know what Yukong is supposed to do. Fushwans are Lynx, Hook, and Pella. I want Lynx. I know I want Lynx. If I can't get Fushuan, I can't get Fushuan, but I definitely at least want Lynx. There's actually one thing you're a bit disappointed about with the movie now that you think about it. But it's still fantastic without that. Ah. Look forward to finding out what. I feel like I'm missing some context here.
Don't worry. I still remember the general plot.
Unless I
could
get super lucky.
While the king deliberates.
Sele came home early, Locha came home very early.
The main characters are the brilliant Prince Kubad and his war-hungry father, King Kabus. The one talking to the king right now is Gundafar, the prince's tutor. When the prince was young, the king was deceived by a malicious rumor that the prince had mistreated his stepmother. He demanded that the prince walk through a blazing fire to prove his innocence. Miraculously, the prince emerged unscathed, thus proving his innocence. But the seeds of doubt had already been sown in the king's mind.
Duplicates, there you go.
Now uneasy in the presence of his mistrustful father,
call the currency
the prince
Gasha
requested
bucks
to be
and
sent
call the
away to the
duplicates
battlefield, where he would fight against Frasiev's army.
See you
That's
later,
the
Betsy.
enemy
Have a
general
good one.
We heard them mention just now. This is the part where the prince has won the war and decided to forge a peace with the rival nation. He wrote a letter recommending peace to his father.
God, I'm actually at a bad spot on
like
both of those banners. Oh,
Let's
God.
keep watching.
Frasiov lost because he did
Or
not
just call
have
him
the
crystals,
blessing
whatever.
of God.
Yeah, sure.
Our God will always
My
watch
March
over
is
us and
E5, my
punish our
Asta is
enemies.
E6.
Once the bells of war have begun
My
to
Pella
toll, they
is
shall
E5.
not cease until the blood of our enemies
My Hook
fills
is
the land.
E3.
There can be no victory
My Yukong
until
is
the last
E3.
enemy soldier has fallen.
I've got a lot of
Kubad
constellations
still
on pretty
wishes
much
to be
all of
my
those,
son
no
and
matter the
hold
banner.
intaglio I bestowed
Give
upon
me
him
your
as proof
marks.
of his royal
No.
blood, then he
Mine.
must obey my command.
Your Majesty, I must
One more,
caution
and
that
her
a
shield
nation
will also be able to
destroyed is
heal.
not a fallen city writ
Something like
large.
that.
Now, the loss of one city strikes fear into the hearts of our enemies, compelling them to accept defeat and cede land in exchange for peace. If, however, we insist on bringing a whole nation to its knees, then so long as a single person is left standing, they will see us as their sworn enemy, and one day return to us tenfold the pain that we have inflicted on their nation and family. My king, a people is to their nation as wild grass to the open prairie. Though we burn down the whole field and spare not one blade of grass, roots continue to grow unseen beneath the surface. Come the spring, it is all but inevitable that fresh green shoots will rise up from the ashes.
Cease, Gundafar. Your mind grows dull in your old age, filled with naive delusions. We shall have no more need of you on the battlefield. As for my son Kubad, I will summon him back to the capital, so he may be tried by a court-martial.
What are you saying, my noble king? Why must you mistrust your own flesh and blood and sink ever deeper into the blight of hatred? When he
What
was
is a
falsely
man?
accused, you
A
once
miserable
doubted his
little
honor
pirate
and made
of
him walk through a
secrets.
raging
Pilot
fire.
of secrets.
Did he not prove himself worthy
I
by
probably shouldn't have
emerging
straightened
unharmed
that.
from the flames?
I'm tired.
Now you would turn me
I'm
away
so
when I seek
tired.
only to provide
But
the
I want to
wisdom
get
of
this done and I
counsel.
want to finish
What
Armada.
is the justification for this?
The justification is that my word, not yours, is the law of the land. Cease and be gone, Gundafar.
Pilot of
so you may
secrets.
spend the rest of
Secret
your
is a
days
giant
with your
robot.
wife.
She requires a pilot, apparently.
What has become of the king that I served with my life? Fanaticism has robbed him of all reason and wisdom. Peace is surely the most favorable path for our nation, yet he refuses to accept it.
I must think of a way to seize control of the army back from the hands of my wayward son, that they might continue the fight to the end. Perhaps the first task should be this.
It's in your
I shall
backyard.
send a loyal
Goddamn.
contingent of warriors to eliminate Frasiov and the hostages.
I
he
wish
has
I had a
sent to
giant
our
robot in my
palace.
backyard.
Brilliant acting, Darbil.
I saw you approaching us in the middle of the scene. I was worried that my performance would be subpar and you'd think I was just making a fool of myself.
Not at all. Far from it. Actually, let me introduce you. This is Darbil, the actor for King Kabus. When we first got to know each other, he was still a guard.
Oh yeah,
for
guys,
one of
I'm
the
fucking
merchant
pissed.
caravans.
Last thing about Stariel,
Seems
I
like
promise.
He's now made the switch to full-time
Fucking
acting.
So there's a
Nice
hello.
to meet you. Any friend of Kaeya's.
There's
a, friend of
a
mine.
*2 artifact
To be
event
perfectly
going on,
honest,
or
I
relics.
wasn't making
They're
all that much
relics.
as a mercenary. It felt right to me to get away from the danger and live a more
I,
stable life. I was
did
already
the
pretty
runs in
good
my
at telling
game today.
stories, so I just recruited a
Didn't
few
get anything
friends
good
and started
whatsoever.
performing shows all over the country. Full
I,
disclosure, we had to put
I did
this
some
little
runs
stage
in
together
in
using
Pumps
whatever wood and cloth
on
we could
Pumps
borrow.
account.
It's really
Because
low
I am
budget.
currently babysitting his account.
Anyway, we're all good enough at acting to get through the motions. but none of
Motherfucker
us
got
are
a
any good at coming
really
up with a
good
script.
crit rate
Everything we
with crit
tried to
damage
write just
substat piece
sounded
for the
off
fire
somehow.
set.
So
Got a
I
good
got a
speed
student from the
a set of
academia to
speed
adapt
boots
an
for the
old
imaginary
story I
set.
need to make it more appealing to our audience.
I'm fucking
What do you
pissed.
think? Passable?
I could tell that you've had someone
Pumps
tighten
don't
up
even
the
have any
lines.
good fire
It
units.
turned out very nicely.
He ain't even gonna be able to
That's
use
good.
that.
Well, as you can see, even now, we still don't have much of an audience. Don't suppose you'd be interested to see the rest
His
of the
whelp
show?
can at least use the boots.
Sure, why not? I don't have anything pressing lined up, and I don't think the Traveler does either.
That
Tickets for two,
that
please.
fire piece
How
is
much
just
would
gonna
that
sit
be?
there doing nothing.
There's no need for
Until he
tickets.
gets
You could
Himiko'd.
just get some food from Jafar Tavern. We've worked out an
Eventually.
arrangement with them. We've actually found a sponsor for this performance, too. He's not too happy about the poor turnout, though. I doubt we'll be able to keep him for the next performance. A real pity. But what can you do, huh?
Darbil Asgar still hasn't shown up for the next scene. We should get his costume and sword out so they'll be ready to go the moment he gets here.
My apologies. I have to get ready for the upcoming scene. I'll see you from the stage.
Got 2 lightning defense boots. I have like 5 lightning defense boots. Fucking terrible.
Talk to the bartender if you want a drink.
Actually, I may be down to 1. I scrapped a lot of 5-star ones the other day for the strong box equivalent.
Would you two like to order some food? What can I get you? If you're looking for recommendations, today's special is the tandoori roast chicken.
Ah, bear with us a moment. We're just going to take a look at the menu.
So how do you know that guy?
I was at Port Ormos discussing some business opportunities, and some crook was trying to pull a fast one on me. Darbil took pity on me and politely asked him to make himself scarce. He's a good guy. A decent storyteller, too. Quite an interesting character. There's a lot of fun to be had if you hang around interesting people doing interesting things. Especially if you're in the company of an interesting friend. That's
Very
my secret
interesting.
formula for staying in a good mood. Try it out sometime. You'll see what I mean. Thanks for waiting. We're ready to order now. We'll take you up on that tandoori roast chicken. And let's throw in some desserts, too. 1 each of the rose custard.
You can't make me hungry, Kai. I already ate.
And the patisara pudding, please.
I already had pizza and ice cream cake.
That
I'm
should
good.
see us through the show. We've got good seats, close to the stage, but also not too crowded. We can watch the show as we eat. If I remember correctly, the next
I
scene
miss
should
going to the
focus
dinner
on the
theater.
prince. But I won't spoil
Also,
it
Neo,
for you.
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't even
You'll
know
have
if
to
you're still here. I think I may have
experience
got
it for
distracted. But yeah, I don't. There's I think it's all just gonna come down to like shading and detailing, because X is a very simple design. Apologies if you're gone and not even hearing this. I don't remember if I finished my thought or not. Again, I'm brain dead right now. Sounds like the story made quite an impression on you.
You could say that. It's always stayed with me because it's hammered home a cruel but realistic truth. People do not choose where and when to be born. Yet the circumstances of their birth.
All you can find of
define
X
the
was
choices
him
that
fighting
they will
Genghis
have
Khan
for
and
the rest of their
Starfish
life.
Hitler.
Here you
Sounds
are.
about right.
The check's on the table, too. Just call me over when you're ready to settle up.
Sounds like a
No
typical
need.
Friday night
I'll
for
pay
Kamen
up
Rider
front.
X to me.
Here, keep the change.
Thank you, sir. Oh, but this is too generous.
Call it a token of my gratitude for the excellent service. The food all smells wonderful too, so please pass my compliments to the chef.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's dig in, traveler.
Hey, Kaeya. I'm so sorry, but the actor who plays the prince has run into some difficulties and won't be able to make it. We can't do the rest of the show without him, so I'm really, really sorry, but we'll have to call the show right here.
Yeah, well, that sucks. What if Kaeya did it, though?
Ooh, that would be fun. I wouldn't say no. Darbil, would you lose any income if I were to mess this up?
Not really. I mean, there's not much of an audience here anyway. I wouldn't want to take too much of your time, though.
Don't worry about that. I like to be spontaneous now and then. Spice things up a little.
I was gonna say, yeah, look at Kaeya leaving good tips in the
you
service
already know
industry.
the story,
What a
so
king.
You just need to memorize a few lines. Huh, you know what? This might actually work.
I
Wait,
have an idea.
Kubot has a specific costume he's supposed to wear, and there's no way you'd fit into it. Switching actors is one
I
thing,
wonder if
but
it's
wearing
conveniently
street
the
clothes
same
on stage
costume
would
he
really
wore in
ruin
the play from the Klee event.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Well, good thing that I've actually got a
Oh, no,
costume
okay.
with me. It goes pretty well with your
All right, not that
stage, too.
convenient.
You're kidding.
It would
you show
actually,
it to
like,
me?
they could technically do that, because again,
Sure.
the canonicity of
If
the
you can
events
show me the way
is
to your changing room.
questionable at times,
It's in the restaurant. Follow me.
since they're not replayable. Girl! I'm just hoarding weird 5-star relics from sheer paranoia.
Oh boy, what wacky kid is Hoyo gonna create today? Someone can finally use this relic for sure.
Gotta say, I think I actually look pretty dapper in this. It's a pity I don't have many opportunities to wear it in public.
No, guys, I swear it's fine. One day MiHoYo is going to release a 5-star lightning preservation character that these boots will be good on, I swear to God, guys!
You are such a show-off, but you're hot, so it's fine.
Uh-oh, not a fan of me as a prince? I'll have to act my heart out so you'll be too dazzled to make any digs.
Kaeya, here's your script for the next scene. It's not too long, but you also don't have very long to prepare. Do you think you can memorize your lines in time?
Only one way to find out.
That's not me so much with Star Rail right now, because like
Okay,
it's so
I think
tedious
we've
to
covered
get
all
for
your
whatever
lines
reason.
and
It's
movements
so
on
hard to
stage.
get artifact
You haven't had long
experience.
to prepare, so
Feel like it
don't
takes
worry
forever to
about
level stuff
forgetting
up.
your lines.
If you can even get anything good to level up in the first place that far.
Good to go.
Great.
But that was definitely
get
me in
this show
Genshin
on
for
the
a
road.
while. Like, oh man, what if they release another character like Kokomi who can't crit, but from this element? Then the set will be good eventually, right? Like I probably have at least one full set with like no crit value from pretty much everything, just in case that ever happens again. Fucking stupid. They came out in the second half instead of the first half.
Son of Kabus, the fate of this battle is clear. I beg you, please
Makes
spare my
sense.
few remaining men.
But
They
again,
no
I
longer
forget.
have the strength
I wonder if
to
they did. I
fight
forget if they
back.
did the same thing with Ning Wang's
Frosty,
outfit,
though you now lead only the husk of a once mighty army.
because I know she ended up using
I
her
have no
dress.
desire to crush
Yeah,
your
the hangout
dignity.
too.
Even your most savage warriors have no desire to see further bloodshed, and none among your ranks have opposed these peace talks. Nevertheless, I must hear it from you one final time. General Frosyav, do you agree to sign a treaty in good
Yeah, I
faith
maxed
and
out on
commit from
artifact
this day
space a
forth
couple
to
times
peace between
during
our
last
nations?
month when I was barely touching the
With
game.
my army in ruins, I am in no position to do otherwise.
Literally did nothing but
on this,
log in,
I give you my
use
word.
my resin on artifacts that I don't even
Yes,
fucking really
let
need
us
at this
end our
point, and log
hostilities
out.
and send our surviving men home to their
Like
families.
once a week, I would have to just strongbox a bunch of them
We
just to
share the
strongbox
desire
them
to
to
lay
make more
down
room.
our arms for good and liberate our hearts from the dirge of hatred. Then as God above is our witness, by the authority vested in me by this intaglio of King Kabus,
I now
I
pronounce you
hereby
man and
declare
wife.
that I will spare your hostages and what remains of your army.
Or
May
that.
peace be restored to this land, and may these fields of war become a place where crops grow aplenty. My tutor, Gundafar, has already made haste to my father, the king, with the recommendation of a truce. It is my sincere hope that he will see that peace as a path to prosperity and grant me his blessing.
Prince Kubad, your name is renowned throughout your land and ours. I will place my hope in your words.
One will find on a battlefield no master of ceremonies, nor the paper on which a treaty may be signed. In their absence, let us raise our weapons and swear an oath.
How about you?
I, Kubad, son of Kabus, hereby pledge protection to you and all of your kin. May the oceans be stained red with my blood if I am ever to renounce this oath.
Wow, your friend is so dreamy. He's not a real prince by any chance, is he?
About that.
Hey, Rashana, you don't want to miss this. The good-looking guy who left that huge tip is acting on stage with Darble's troupe.
Darble's one lucky man.
I return, Your Highness. I hope I'm not too late. Have you already promised peace to Frasiov?
Nay, I am not so rash as to preempt my father's blessing.
That girl is.
I promised only what I could so far.
I feel like she's a
Safety
lot of
his
us.
kin.
My child,
Kaeya's
I
still a
must
very
share
cool
with you
character.
the gravest news. Kabus has become blinded by fanaticism and hatred.
It's kind of
and
sad
will
that he's a
stop at
4-star.
nothing
He
to
genuinely feels
vanquish
more important than that,
every
especially
last
with the
man under
Conria
Frasiov's
connections.
lead.
How can this be? You mean to say that my
The
father
2D art.
has
The 2D
rejected
art
our
in Genshin is
proposal
actually very
for
nice.
peace?
I don't
Yes,
actually
indeed.
mind at all when they do that
I
instead of
urged
like
him
the
to
high budget
reconsider,
pre-rendered
and for this
cutscenes.
I was rebuked
'Cause it's a
and
really cool
dismissed
look.
from his service. But far stricter
Its use
punishment
in
than
that
this
that
awaits
Linny
you,
quest was
should
very
you
very pretty.
return home with your troops. Please heed my warnings, dear child.
Can you imagine the doors still theoretically open for a higher rarity? Oh, you would think, right?
Father intends to commit.
Considering Honkai Impact does that,
Nay,
like,
the
in,
truce must stand.
like almost every
I cannot
patch.
renounce my oath.
And
How can man claim to stand above beast without remaining true
and
to his
Star Rail
word?
has already set a precedent
The
for it.
masses have grown weary of death and conflict.
Very weird to me
in
that
both
Genshin
our
still hasn't
nation
done
and
that.
theirs. Are we all now to bend to his will and massacre countless more to satisfy a desire that is
Still
his
waiting on
alone?
that Kamen Rider child.
When I
alt.
departed my beloved home to fight
Any
in a
day now, I
foreign land,
swear.
I did so to honor his wishes and for my duty to our people. Alas, is this fate's grand design? Is this fate's grand design?
Kaeya, the next line is, alas, is this fate's grand design, that I should spend the rest of my days in a foreign land, till I am laid to rest in a grave far from home?
Considering that's
Must
the first
it be
he's
so?
gonna remember, he's doing pretty damn good.
Wait, that's not part of the script. Kaeya, did you not
You
hear me?
remembered most of it.
My dear audience, I ask you this. Do you believe in fate? If fate decreed
Oh no, he's
that
breaking
your
the
life
fourth
was to
wall!
end in tragedy, what
Kaeya,
would you
no! Kaeya, you're gonna break the metafiction meter! Why'd he throw it at me? It's like some improv with the audience. I suppose I should play along. I would bravely face my fate.
Oh? Then so must it be. Yes, so must it be. I shall discard this intaglio and rid myself of the shackles of fate.
Walks
Wait,
off
but
the
that's
stage.
not- My dear prince, do you intend to betray your father and abandon your heritage?
Fate means to send the machinations of war to every corner of the land, to fan the flames of conflict till they engulf the entire world. Fate would see my sword tainted with the blood of innocence, that the bright banner of my homeland might fly in every nation known to mankind. But I shall not bow to the will of fate. I am no pawn in heaven's plan.
Bravo! Where did this guy come from? Is he one of the new hires?
Shut up. Stop interrupting.
I, Kubad, will spend the rest of my days in a foreign land till I breathe my last in a place far from home.
Oh, at least he brought it back in the end.
Prince Kubad, my child, there is no need to be rash. Please bring at least your fortune and the retainers who will always be loyal to you.
Gundafar, my dear mentor, you have always been like a father to me. It brings me only anguish to bid you farewell. But I must walk this path, or freedom dies by my hand. Goodbye, my tribe and kin. Farewell, sweet land of my birth.
Goodbye, my child.
Pretty sick improv skills,
It's
my
Prince
dude.
Kubad. Could I please get your autograph?
Why, certainly, ma'am.
Same.
Thank you. I'll just go find a pen.
Shit, 1 second. Lost my place. God damn it. Good show, my dude.
Feeling more like a fan now?
But heck.
Acting is quite fun. If there ever came a day when I left the Knights of Favonius, I think I might go into acting full-time.
Darbil, could you introduce me to this young man?
My apologies, Master Toos. I somehow missed you in the crowd earlier.
I was some distance
I misheard
away.
that as juice.
I just came over near the end after
Delicious.
I noticed a large crowd gathered around the stage. The performance was outstanding across the board. I knew that the poor turnout over the past few days was just bad luck. It was only ever a matter of time before you hit it big. The improvised section was particularly good. I think you could include some improvisation as a staple in future performances. As for the prop he threw, no need to get it back. It's fairly cheap anyway.
Thank you, sir. And a big thanks also to our wonderful prince. Had Kaeya not agreed to fill in, we might have disbanded right on the spot.
Kaeya, was it? Well, young man, I must say you've made quite the impression on me. My caravan is always loaded with the finest food and wines. You're welcome to visit at any time.
Thank you for the invite, sir, but I'm afraid I've reached the end of my time at Sumeru. I'm sure that my friends and family in Mondstadt must be missing me terribly.
Well then, consider it an open invitation. Once you've been bitten by the travel bug, my friend, you'll be getting itchy feet again before too long. My door is always open. If you're ever
A
interested,
4-star was
please
way
ask
more
Darbil
important than
to
the
reach
unit
out
would
to me.
suggest, and breaking the fourth
Darbil,
wall.
we can continue discussions
Would you know
on
anything
the
about someone
sponsorship
named
once you've wrapped up
Sampo?
today's show.
Huh?
I'm
Little
going back
old
to
me.
the inn.
Thank you so much, Master
Or would you know anything about
I'll
this?
see you
That's
shortly.
Him. What, little old
Kaeya,
beep?
thank you
I
for
wouldn't
bailing
know
me out
anything
again.
about that.
You're a good guy.
That's a good one.
May
Did
the
you
gods
do that
bless
one Novinator said?
You know,
Classic.
you should stay for a few more days. I owe you a meal at the very least.
Stares directly into the
Darbil,
camera.
Asgar is back. He lost track of time playing Genius Invocation TCG. You've got to sort him out.
Genius Invocation again? Ah, that does it.
Is that why the
Kid's not
actual
getting
actor
away
was
with it
late?
this
Oh
time.
my god.
Please excuse me, Kaeya. I will be right back.
Sorry I'm late for
Sure,
my job. I
there's
was
no
playing
rush.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, I think they're all gone. Let's slip away now while we can.
Prowler.mp3. Swoosh right away.
All right.
In the alternate
this should be
universe where
fun
your
enough.
priorities
Don't
are in
think they'll
order.
find me here.
Didn't you want to stay for a free meal?
People were starting to expect a lot of things that I didn't sign up for. Besides, the missing actor is back now. Darbil
You're
shouldn't be
convinced
needing to
Prometheus
stand in
overtuned. I saw that.
I don't mind
I put my
socializing,
response.
but compared to
I
chatting
do
over food
agree.
and drink, I
Like,
much
she's
prefer
definitely
just
another
going
character who is
wild on
very
stage.
nutty for what she's supposed
What
to
about
be.
you? Did you enjoy
Like,
the show?
like before I figured out how to use the new Sele, and I was struggling with the physical abyss in Red Lotus, because I was using Hair, who's like okay, pretty good, but not fully geared, so mine's like less than stellar. I'm also still trying to figure out how to use her in stuff that's not Elysian Realm. I had Hair, Sele, and Prometheus. So I'm there struggling with these HP spongy enemies. Don't really know how to use the other two units properly. And so Prometheus was there doing far and away the most damage. Like she was effectively my main DPS during my attempted run. Like she was just doing way, way more damage than either of them. Now that I know how to use them properly, yeah, probably would not be quite as true, but like nonetheless, she hits surprisingly hard, basically. I thought your performance was intriguing. Curious to see what was going through your mind.
I was expecting a lengthier critique.
You channeled the spirit of
thrown the
Sampo
question
past.
right back at me. Sneaky. All right, I'll rise to your challenge. Let me think. All the world's a stage, and all the people merely players. Does that answer your question? Perhaps there's an inept god out there deciding everyone's fates, much like the academia
How is
student drafting
Karia's
Dogville's
defense
scripts.
so far?
Yeah, inept is a good word for it. Honestly,
Hey everybody,
it might
this is
even be
the
a little
Jin
too
Karia
subtle to
hangout
describe
event.
a god who turns fathers against their sons, and is
Nope,
bent on
nope,
endless
too late.
warmongering, don't you think? Anyway, that's exactly why actors need to wake up and realize they don't have to follow the script. There's nothing to stop them from following their gut and making it up as they go along.
Too late, it's canon now. Jin Karia and Genshin Impact, make it happen. Wouldn't be any more out of place than Alloy. You really believe that?
Oh, my dear traveler, please don't take me too literally.
Trust
I don't
the
want you to get
plan.
the wrong idea. The god is just a figure of speech. The real point I'm making is about the actors. Everyone, you and I included, is both an actor and a member of the audience. If you don't like the script, just walk off the stage and join the audience. You always have a choice.
Speaking of Troy Baker, I do remember him. I don't remember him being particularly engaging. But I also don't remember Robots in Disguise very well at all. Outside of, like, the initial couple episodes. Like, the establishing ones. I forget his name. Steeljaw, I think? Something like that. All the bad guys were furries. Not sure I fully understand, but
A little too obtuse? Well, don't dwell on it. It's nothing worth losing sleep over. I was just thinking aloud.
Again,
Relax,
Karia Impact.
Be yourself. Do your thing. That's all I'm really trying to say. When I did my little bit of audience interaction back there, you had no time to prepare. You had to just say what you thought in the moment. I think those spontaneous thoughts are often the most authentic. And that's why I liked your answer. You're still holding on to the intaglio I threw you from the stage, right? Keep it. Think of it as a souvenir from my improvised performance. It's been the most fascinating
When you learn
day,
that, your brain is Robots in Disguise part of the Bounce arc. I feel like the Bounce arc of Prime is the majority of the middle of season 4. Or they didn't get that far. Season 2. Or no, season 3 is worst. I don't. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll figure out which one is worse together soon. Also, he's so dashing. Keep that. I want to save it again. I want to save it again. Let me save it again. Beautiful. That one was all right. Definitely better than whatever the fuck that Liu one was. Dear God. You know what? Again, not anytime soon. We gotta lay off the Transformers once we're done with Prime, but maybe in like a year or something, we'll watch Robots in Disguise and I'll actually finish it properly. And we can decide if turning into a wolf robot was part of Jin Karia's plan or not. Ending 3, start on Reunion. Right here. In regards to Jin Karia, I had a similar question. Does the name Shinji ring a bell? You asked because he's Roger Craig Smith. Yes, he is. Roger Craig Smith is the leader of the Visored, which is a different, a separate group of Hollow Soul Reaper hybrids. Not to be confused with the Arankar, who are also Hollow Soul Reaper hybrids. It's complicated and stupid. Don't worry about it. But yeah, he's their leader, and he does indeed use his Sonic voice for the character. It's pretty funny. It's granted, I think he was Shinji before he voiced Sonic, so it's only obvious in retrospect. But it's very, very funny listening to his dialogue because it is dead ass just his Sonic voice. He's an alright character. That's about the point where Bleach just becomes an incomprehensible garbage ball, where nothing fucking happens for like 100 chapters or some shit. But he was fun.
You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. Regular maintenance is essential for reliable performance. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. So come on, what do you say?
We can't spend public money for our own amusement, sir.
Now I remember why you're an
Need context for
knight.
this?
Of course being tempted by money is beneath you. Your honest character is dazzling to behold.
I'll be taking over for Roger
like the
Griffin
sunlight
blood.
reflecting
Aww.
off the surface of Cider Lake in the late fall.
I got his
Hold my
handshake
hands
and
up.
advice.
My thinking was mistaken. In that case, I guess today's end-of-trip blowout is cancelled. I shall pack my luggage and prepare to return to Mondstadt.
I don't think that's like a reference to a bit from the show or anything. I think they're just having fun. What's the gimmick with Kaeya's hangout event? He was doing business in Subaru and so on, and so we have to like choose how he wraps up his time. Thus far, we've spent our time digging around in Subaru a little bit longer with him being in the play. We went back to Liyue before going back to Mondstadt to do whatever the fuck that last one was. And now we're doing something else. I can join you.
Oh, you'd do that for me? Well, this wasn't what I'd originally planned, but it's a very welcome development. When I was souvenir shopping, I picked out something for you too. Guess my thoughtfulness wasn't in vain.
Is Bleach getting rebooted or is Mickey Mouse getting rebooted or both? I'm confused. You got me a souvenir?
Let's keep that a secret for now.
Ooh.
Not because I want to keep you guessing. It's just that I didn't think I'd run into you here. All my gifts are back at the inn. I want you to find out for yourself when you open it. The surprise is what gift-giving is all about, is it not?
Oin.
Then it's settled. We'll leave together shortly.
Yeah, they had to replace a couple voice actors for the new Bleach anime.
Feel free to look around.
I know, Michael Lindsay has since passed away, obviously. Actually, I don't even... He may have passed away while Bleach was still airing. I can't remember anymore. But, Doug Airholtz took over. Which is a very good choice. They have a very, similar general register. Yeah, Diluc got one. The only 5-star character who has not gotten a story quest is, Nilou. It's weird. I don't know why they haven't given her one.
Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight. Now, as promised, your souvenir. Here you go. According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this. And this lamp in particular once housed a very powerful genie. Merchants love
10,000
to
years will
exaggerate
give
to
you
outmake
such a
sale.
crank in the neck.
But it's
Hello,
still quite
thus.
the pretty little lamp. I know you like
We're
rare
not even in
things,
France.
so perhaps you can add this to your collection. Of course,
France
you can
is
also
not
use it as
boring.
an ordinary pot. Personally, I
Stay
think it'd
mad.
make an excellent wine vessel.
Thank you. I'll put it on display in my teapot.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me, Or you
That
can
quest
make
was
your
the
own
worst.
schedule.
It was.
I could give everyone their souvenirs first.
Like, there are
but
quite a few other ones
I'm
that have
not
gotten
sure whether
bad
I'm in
about the
mood for
overuse of
running around and
NPCs
visiting people right
and
after the
circle
long
talking.
journey. Maybe
You
I'll
don't
take a
have to
breather
believe me.
first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone.
Literally everyone else is on board.
Do you have any suggestions?
Tectone is on board. Tectone was fucking done with the game. And even he apparently is enjoying his time in France. We can chill.
I'm honored to have such a caring friend.
Yes.
Let's go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. We can listen to the bards playing or feed the pigeons. After so long,
You don't know
in
who that
Sumeru,
is, but you give him 3
I've
days.
begun to miss that slow-paced and relaxed atmosphere. There's no rush. We can take our time and stroll
Even
on
Best sat in on a little bit of Linny's quest yesterday and was like, it seemed pretty alright. Stu was sold. You think Scaramouche is the one that pissed you off the most? Like I said, Scaramouche's was fine conceptually. It was just one, the side trip to Inazuma, which was, and the stupid fucking logic behind it that made no goddamn sense. And the ending cliffhanger with the teacup, and them treating it like some dramatic thing, like, what does this mean? Like, it means nothing. It means one fact about our perception of reality changed. Scaramouche's existence. And Scaramouche's existence has nothing to do with the fucking teacup breaking. It's not that deep, fam! Irina, I was gonna say, me too. I want to go back and listen to that voice again because I remember all of us were convinced it was gonna be the Hydro Archon, and that was back when we thought the Hydro Archon was gonna be a Doo-Doo XP because the Japanese voice in that scene is apparently Doo-Doo, or maybe Chinese, I forget which. But I think I think somebody may have. I think we realized at some point that it may not have actually been her. I recall seeing someone somewhere say that what that actually was one of the other members of the Hexen Circle. That's the witch,
Port Ormos
the
is
secret
always
witch
lively,
cabal.
even late into
That
the
Klee's
night.
mom and
People
Mona,
there go to
or
bed
Mona's
much
master, are a
later
part
than I
of.
imagined. Quite a stark contrast with Mondstadt. People pray and play music in the cathedral plaza
I have
during
no
the
idea.
day, but come nighttime, the streets are deserted except for the knights on patrol.
And which do you prefer?
Good question. Life in Sumeru is never dull. Last time I was out drinking on the street at night, some passing mercenaries invited me to dance. Although, I did learn later that kind of thing is
The
highly
fuck type of
unusual
wizard did
even
I
there.
just say? It's called the
They
Hexen
must have been
Circle.
in a very good mood that night.
It's
She
some
taught me a
weird
lot of
secret
songs that
society
they
of
usually sing
witches
during feasts.
that like
It
get
really
together
was a
and do
fun
witchy
night.
things.
But be that as it may,
And that's the
I
group
think
that
I'm more suited to the free and
Mona's
easy life in
Mona's mentor and Klee's mom are a
Simple,
part of.
honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content.
Apologies for butchering the pronunciation on that. I believe it's some kind of actual German word. You joined them yesterday, Dusk. When did you become a witch? That's Pog. Do you even listen to yourself, my dude?
Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the cathedral choir before? The hymns they sing are a whole tradition in their own right. Quite different from the folk songs that the bards play.
Sounds very interesting.
Well, let's see if we can catch them today. Sister Grace is right there, so we can ask her about the choir's schedule. Excuse me, Sister Grace. Does the church choir have any performances coming up soon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously announced has unfortunately been pushed back.
Oh?
You got
What's the
drunk and
story
joined
there?
Alan Moore's
As
cult?
you probably know, Captain Kaeya.
I don't think
we've
those
been
are
trying
witches.
to organize an amateur choir, in addition to the regular
I think you
church
mixed
choir.
up Alan Moore
yes.
cult. I think you
I
mixed up
heard
the
about
W with a B.
I believe the plan was ultimately to have different choirs.
Because
who
you
can
can't
take
stop
turns to
bitching about
perform hymn
Watchmen.
concerts.
Ayo!
Yes, exactly. Well, it turns out there are plenty of believers who are good singers and interested
Also,
in
Dustin,
joining
we weren't
the
here earlier.
choir.
I'm seeing
So,
Blue Beetle
in
tomorrow.
theory, It should have been a simple case of getting everyone in the same
Very
room,
excited.
then practice, practice, practice.
I think you
But
might be seeing it
for
tomorrow
some
too.
reason, the
I think you said
rehearsals
you
are
were seeing
going
it Sunday. I can't remember.
terribly. I don't understand it. Everyone in the choir has a basic level of musical literacy, but they sound awful together. It's like everyone's trying to do their own thing. There's no group harmony.
Yeah, that's why I hate choirs.
Maybe I'm just not musically gifted
They
enough
either
to give
don't
them
sound
the
in sync
guidance
enough, or they
they
sound
need.
too in sync, and it just sounds creepy.
Captain Kaeya.
It always makes
I
it sound
know
like
you
children
like listening
singing.
to hymns. How
Your
good
father
is
and your brother
your
agreed tomorrow.
understanding
Nice.
of vocal music?
Yeah, I'm going with my little
Me?
sister.
Music is far from my forte. But if you need some help, then don't worry. I know an expert who's more than up to the task.
Barbie has
Thank
now
you so
grossed
much,
more
Captain
than the
Kaeya.
Dark Knight.
Having some expert guidance will definitely be a great help.
I'm sure you figured out who this
something,
expert is
something,
already.
something
He
society.
has the best singing voice of any poet in Mondstadt, and understands poetry better than any other singer. Plus, he's exceptionally easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern.
Okay. All right. This hangout just got epic. Who sings and is almost always drunk?
Surprise!
Aha! Gotcha, bitch!
Good day. Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining you.
Hello, Venti. Eat any good arms lately?
Hello, hello! Please, take a seat. We're all friends here.
Patton.
Need to watch the
one
Barbie
moonlit
one.
alley and an apple
You
cider.
heard it's good unironically? Ah, that's what I've heard. I'll probably check it out at some point. Just matter of time and money.
Excellent choices. Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together. Here's to the time spent drinking with friends, which is more unforgettable than the drinks are delectable.
Ever the poet, Professor Venti. A beautiful toast from the bard with the most. Any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real dearth of quality entertainment at the moment, since the cathedral's choir performance has been delayed again. Speaking of which, I trust you've heard Sister Grace's choir perform before?
Of course! Though the format is a little on the formal side, they do sing quite beautifully. Very pleasant to listen to.
So you'd say you enjoy listening to him?
It was not Furina's VA in that scene.
Let
Okay.
me think.
Then yeah, then
however it's
I think the thing I
expressed,
remember
as
reading
long
was
as you
probably
can hear the
correct then.
singer's passion and joy in their voice,
That it was actually
I consider
someone
it a
from the Hexen
phenomenal
Circle. I forget who. Because I think I remember. I think we realized that's what it was supposed to be while I was playing whatever quest
By this
that was.
logic, I suppose
think it was some
Lord
Mondstadt event.
Barbados would also enjoy the choir's performances.
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It's only because of his patient
So I
guidance
think
and
it may have been
protection
either
that the people of
Mona's
Mondstadt can
mentor
now
or
sing such
Klee's mom
beautiful
talking
hymns
to
in
us
the
there.
cathedral. It must be quite satisfying for him to hear a
Movie
joyful
theater was
people
packed. You have to
lift
watch
up
Barbie
their
Oppenheimer.
voices in song.
So you watched the
Yes, well,
Blow
that's a
Japan Up
beautiful image
movie.
filled
God.
with hope. But actually,
Yeah, the
maybe
showing I picked
Barbados
seats out
himself
for already had
doesn't
a
give it so much
wasn't
thought.
packed, but it did already
In
have a couple of
principle,
seats.
The hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god.
They took the
But
seats in the
reality,
very back in the
audience are all
middle.
ordinary people
That's
with
my
very
spot. I
worldly
like that
concerns.
spot.
So what really matters is that
So I had to settle
people
for the
enjoy
second
what they're listening
second most back row in the middle.
If Sister Grace was able to see things that way,
Let them know how to ride and
perhaps
name on
she
it,
wouldn't
meme on it,
feel
but
so
she didn't appear in it.
distressed.
Still pissed about that. Oops.
Distressed? About what? Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
be
Again,
honest,
that's
if they
why
have
the
a
Inazuma
natural
thing was so
talent for music,
infuriating.
they should just be allowed to sing whatever they want. It'll all sound good.
Like again, Scaramouche. What movie did I watch? I'm just talking about. I'm just going to see Blue Beetle tomorrow. I already ordered my tickets, so I picked out my seats. That's all I'm talking about. Yeah, no, not yet. No, like the Scaramouche quest, like the mechanics of how that whole thing worked makes sense logically. Besides the Fatui numbering system not changing, that part's bullshit. But The way we dealt with the immediate fallout of that was so fucking stupid. Like, oh man, I think Scaramouche may have just retconned himself out of existence. Instead of going to talk to the God of Wisdom who's right up fucking stairs, and to confirm this, and if this was possible, and what to do about it, let's fly all the way to fucking anime Japan, and keep in mind, within the actual universe, they would have had to walk there. The teleporters are purely a player thing, unless stated otherwise, like the last Klee event. Okay, let's fucking fly all the way to Japan and talk to random NPCs about the legend to see if it's changed. Oh my god, the thing we knew probably changed has changed. Not even Miko. Like, if we had gone there to talk to Miko or Raiden, people who actually fucking know the story and not just historians, maybe. But we didn't. We flew to Japan to talk to literal who's, and then flew back to Sumeru and talked to the God of Wisdom anyway, like we should have in the first place. And surprise, she actually had the answers. It was terrible. Scaramouche's very first cutscene was event only, yeah, and there is no way to replay it. They did at least have the they made it so that if you didn't do the event, that you still get the introduction screen when you find him on Inazuma in the main plot instead. But still, it's a very, very obvious oversight, and it speaks volumes that they haven't done anything like that since then, because they realized they fucked up. I lost my place. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Thinking about that again pissed me off. Even if they aren't singing the same tune?
I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Animo Archon weren't all singing the same tune. Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstadters sing their hearts out however comes naturally to them.
I mean, I don't know the guy, but surely if the Archon would hear, he wouldn't actually really give a shit or be picky. Heck, I don't think he even necessarily needs offerings of song in the first place. You should probably give out more free liquor to the general public instead. Specifically any wandering bards. Yeah, don't make your own music. Contribute to the success of other people. Give all musicians free booze at all hours of the day. Yeah, that's what he'd want. I'm sure.
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite bothered by the whole
fucking
thing.
Tepe.
If only a kind soul with a deep understanding of poetry and music could help her. Patton?
More drinks?
Uh-oh. I only brought enough money for one bottle today. I'll have to pass.
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please, Patton. My treat.
Wow! Thanks, Kaeya. You were one of the finest students ever to emerge from my fast-track love poetry class. I always did admire your enthusiasm and kindness. With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind. And so it falls to this humble bard to pass the blessing on to another.
Then this is probably the single
I
most
miss Venti.
worthwhile alcohol purchase I've
Venti's
ever
still
made.
great.
With your help, Sister Grace's problems are as good as solved. Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Animo Archon. Perhaps it's her depth of devotion that causes her to worry too much about the smallest things.
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. Right after I finish this cider. The next time you visit her, our sweet sister shall be sad no more.
Why did I get that? Oh, some of the underwater enemies. Some of the underwater enemies are obnoxious. I have figured out how it works mechanically a little bit better. Like, I do at least know what to do down there now, but that being said, I think the lack of combat underwater may have been a mistake. It's pretty clunky. IMO. The actual controls are fine. I have no real problem with that. It's just when it comes to combat and puzzles. I think some of the puzzles might be bugged. Underwater what? Oh yeah. Yeah, it does, because Fontaine is the water
Hello,
region. You can
Sister
go underwater
Grace.
there.
How are the rehearsals going?
Captain Kaeya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat fanciful in nature.
Fanciful in the
What
sense
do I
of
call
not
a
worth
medium
adopting?
where
Is
marine
that
life
what you
can
mean?
fly? I don't know.
Everyone in the choir loves to sing, but they're used to singing their favorite songs. Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just
Utter
too difficult.
space.
So, why ask them to adjust to the demands of those sweet old church hymns when you could just create a new song for them? One that they'll be
Pretty
able
funny.
to grasp quickly?
It's a little funny.
If you want, I could help.
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an innovative idea. What's stopping you from considering it, Sister Grace?
While I don't expect a recently established amateur choir to perform on par with our own church choir, this would be a major departure from tradition. I'm just not convinced that it's appropriate.
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler for tradition? Giving believers the chance to express themselves freely seems like it would be a very positive thing. So, Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would like to hear
Hey,
a new
Ninja,
melody?
welcome back. Venti's here now.
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Mondstadt was first founded.
DM?
Okay, well, let's see what our other friend thinks. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
Just use it as a fucking sound bite. I'll put it on the board when we're between stuff. Thank you, Ninja. That works. Yeah, Venti vented into this hangout event, and now things are actually semi-interesting. Surprise. I, for one, am inclined to agree with Venti's understanding of Barbados. I think that nobody knows better than him. I agree with his suggestion to give free booze to all the wandering bards, including him, for the remainder of time.
Another vote of confidence. Maybe there's hope for this idea yet.
Maybe
Never
it's
stops
just
being
a
amusing how they
generational
use
thing.
the dramatic irony of various NPCs not knowing Venti is their god. It's pretty
It's not
funny.
a completely unreasonable
It's pretty
idea.
funny that they still don't
I
know.
suppose it can't hurt to try.
Granted, I don't know.
Looks like
Kaya's
we're all in
smart.
favor then. So
I
let's
feel
start
like
preparing.
Kaeya probably knows that it's
Sister
just playing
Grace,
along.
Could we trouble you to inform the choir members?
Of course. I'll tell them
But
now,
the only
and
ones who
then we'll
definitely
give this
know
a
are
try.
Jean and Deluc.
Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a new song of the people, then the more fresh ideas we have, the better.
Him and his
Good
giant
idea.
fake vision.
Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler.
Who should I look for?
Let me think. Since we're composing a song, we should try and recruit at least one person who understands music.
Who would win in a court case? Defendant Venti or Prosecutor Farina? Venti. Because he would just eat his own arm and Fiorina wouldn't know how to fucking deal with it. She'd piss her pants and cry. What do you fucking say to that?
Sister Grace, how would you feel about us asking Sister Barbara to
You
provide
got a
her
counter
input?
argument to that?
Given that the idea
I don't
is
think
to write
so.
a song dedicated to Lord Barbados, I'm sure Sister Barbara would be very willing.
Got a Venti
Perfect.
and Barbara cameo here?
Traveler,
Fog.
why don't you head into the cathedral and invite Sister Barbara to join us? I'll look for another friend who's interested in helping us.
Yeah, Venti would respond to literally every question with,
"You can't handle the truth!"
and eventually she would just get frustrated and storm out of the courtroom. She would have the same reaction that I did to him saying that in the actual show. It's like, what? You can't keep saying that! It's too far! But finding the truth doesn't have anything to do with anything we're talking about right now! The fuck are you doing?
You can't handle the truth!
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you in the cathedral.
Just who I was looking for.
Fortunately, I have some time to spare at the moment. What is it? idea. The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the ages. Very few people would ever think to create a new one. But as long as we put our hearts into it and write with reverence and devotion, perhaps our new song can become part of the tradition that is passed on and bring joy to future
What would be a good
generations.
amount of bits
I
to
never
summon
imagined that
Prowler
the bard would
Sino?
come up with such an amazing suggestion.
What's the most
I'd
Yu-Gi-Oh
really
number?
love to be a part of this.
We're having a discussion at the plaza. Would you like to join us?
Sure. Let's go there together right now.
Scare only became Animo because he happened to receive an order from, or a fake vision from Venti, and they met for a few moments. Shit left an imprint and his fate was sealed. That'd be funny. When did the official manga release? 1994? 5? 6? 1990 something. Deep cut 573 because of how Japanese number puns.
time.
It pronounces Konami, so they represented everything. That's funny. Hi, Diona. God damn, we're getting a lot of cameos.
I've seen Kaeya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. He's a trickster, plain and simple. So now, I gotta check with you guys to see if what he's saying is true.
Two things. One, I'm sorry, did I say cameo? More like cat meow. Also, we were just talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. Two, I only realized can meow. Two, I meant to say I learned this like relatively recently. Speaking, let's go back to Bleach. I did not realize that Diona's voice actress is actually the little pink-haired girl who Kenny always carries around. Someone's getting typecast.
Can we really write about anything we want in this song? Even the evils of Mondstadt's wine industry? And is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So everyone on the streets will hear it?
Let's hope Luke won't mind.
I can guarantee he won't.
Then I wanna write this. All these hounds will be punished harshly by Lord Barbados. That's a very novel idea indeed.
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning on quitting the choir. I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted. What a relief.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Barbara. I'm so honored.
Yeah, Diona's curse is real.
Why don't we start by picking a theme for
The amount of
this
bits
song?
the Sino summon depends
I
on if it's a
agree.
long version or if it's just the voice
Traditionally
part.
speaking, the theme should be Praise be to the gentle and loving Lord Barbados.
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone and lacks originality, and that it may not be to Lord Barbados's liking.
That's Kaeya for you. Got it in one. I'd suggest that everyone start by thinking of the
Oh, I see
little
what you
things in
mean.
life that bring you
I
joy.
see what you mean. One's just a sound effect.
Ooh, well, then can I praise the perfect fish head soup my mom cooked last night? Of course you can.
I think
Yeah, if we're gonna do the
rejoice in precious
573,
days spent together with family.
Let us praise Mondstadt.
then that can be the short
the
one.
city that allows us to sing freely.
See? Already we have lots of
8,000 for the long one for
wonderful
8,000 life points.
Let's
Sure.
write them down. And then
Sounds good.
Kaeya can...
Let me write that down right
huh?
now.
Kaeya?
I will forget otherwise.
What are you doing here?
What
Didn't
are
want to
you
participate in the
doing
discussions?
here? Do you want to leave?
I just wanted to take you to hear a performance, but that obviously didn't happen, thanks to the problems with the choir rehearsals. The rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. If I stay here any longer, I'll probably get roped into singing with them.
You don't care about Genshin, but your
rather
daughter
it
who is
didn't come to
involved?
that.
Oh, Diona.
My songwriting abilities are limited.
I forgot she was one of yours. She's adorable. She is. Here you are helping other people out when you're supposed to be kicking back and relaxing and taking a load off your mind.
If doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax, then I suppose I didn't get to relax. But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun to wander around.
Oh, you meant
see what's
Sayu.
happening,
Oh, yeah.
and insert myself into interesting situations.
Yeah. Sayu's
Besides,
very cute.
Can
Your little
you be
Sonic
so
the
sure I
Hedgehog
didn't
daughter.
have something to gain from helping Sister Grace with her choir rehearsal dilemma these past few days?
Oh, I spy 2 naughty students skipping class, and they just so happen to be the very 2 who asked me to help Sister Grace in the first place. We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now. Hey, why is it that you look like you're trying to run away?
I still recall the teachings of Professor Venti.
Genshin calling us all out.
The Animo Archon
If you got
cares
her, you
not
would
about how
probably
moving
stay
the people's
playing.
songs of praise are,
Oh.
but rather whether or not the song comes from
I'll let you know
with so
next
many
time she shows
true
up on a
believers
banner.
gathered together earnestly writing a song for him.
I think she's.
I'm sure the Animo
Let me look at that.
Archon is
I still
watching
keep
on
the
and
the
feels
chart
very
somewhere.
satisfied.
Yeah.
That's what a song of worship is all about. So, mission
Oh, it's been a while since she's had a
And
raid up.
that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Yeah, she'll
Slipping away
probably
before
be
the final
she'll probably
verse
be
is
on a
sung,
banner soon.
Before the poet has uttered the last line.
It's been 12
before
patches since she
everything
got
is
one.
concluded.
She's overdue.
I don't know. Something about it just resonates with me.
You just think poetry is too much trouble.
Oh no. You've seen right through me.
Wow, that was
Should
a
start playing again so
crafty
you can
speech.
save up.
I almost fell for it. But to share
Yeah,
all this
4
with a
stars can be
group of
trickier to get than
friends,
5
only
stars
to find
sometimes.
myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded. I don't know. Something about
look,
it
who's
just
coming up?
irritates me. If you don't want to write a poem,
See, after
then
the
let me
current
give you
banners
one.
are Zhongli and Child rerun. I don't think she'll be with them.
Abandoned to whatever
It's
fortune
possible, but she
cool
doesn't really have
waters
great
bring.
synergy with either of them.
Bereft of control, directionless I swing. The swift current
And then next
surge,
patch is
and
going to be
onward I
the
urge,
new
through
Fontaine
the
Daddies.
snow and frost that fall and winter
She
bring.
might be on one of theirs.
Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail. None but the ocean
Short
to
version of
hear
DM's
as I
cool.
sing. The stars in my eyes as I chart toward the horizon, that into one day from the
Thank you
endless
very
dome
much.
of night I shall spring.
We'll work on that later.
If you are a chaser of freedom, the Animo Archon will bless you. So why not let those feelings out and sing with everyone?
A boat that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn. A beautiful image.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Mondstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be plain rude of me not to rejoin you.
Let's head back together. You two, of all people, have to be there for the grand finale.
Oh, we don't actually get to see the concert? Oh, come on! Guys. Hand holding. Yes, please, thank you. Shame about the random drunkard in the back. That was a good one. That one was cute. Got to hang out with some other actual characters instead of NPCs. Now go for ending 4. Start on Memento. I love that movie. What's the pink rabbit thing you found lewd art of? Oh no. Pink my first thought I hope I'm wrong. Did it, dusk? Did it look like, did it look like this, but pink? Dusk? Please tell me it didn't look like this, but pink. Please tell me they're not looting the sea bunnies. Please. Please say psych. God damn, I found a lot. Holy shit. Leaving France right now. Leaving France right now. Good night, everybody. I think Dusk broke, and I don't blame him. Oh, God. I did their quest, by the way. They are significantly less tedious than the Aranara. The quest actually went by pretty quick, all things considered.
Windmills.
And I was actually invested in a
Such
couple of
comforting
points.
sight.
One thing turned out to not be what I thought
as
it
promised,
was.
your
Something
souvenir.
happened during that quest. Some
Here you
certain
go.
terminology was used that had me
According
be
to
like,
the merchant
oh,
I bought it from,
fuck.
mysterious
But it turned out to be
spirits
nothing.
called Jinn often live in lamps like this.
But still,
This
it was
lamp
actually
in
pretty good.
particular Once housed a very
It was a lot less.
powerful
It was a
Jinn.
lot less padding than the
Merchants
R&R
love
quest
to
line.
exaggerate to help make a sale, but it's still quite the pretty little lamp. I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. Of course, you can also use it as an ordinary pot. Personally, I think it'd make an excellent wine vessel.
I'll use it as a decanter, whatever the hell that is.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me, or you can make your own schedule. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood for running around and visiting people right after the long journey. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions?
I'll join you.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, souvenir run it is. They're mostly people you know.
You got
so it'll be a
whiskey?
chance for
Okay,
you to say
thank
hi
God.
to some people you haven't seen in a while.
Do what you have to
Let's
cope,
start
because
by
that's
going
no
to the
bueno.
Knights of Favonius headquarters.
Those things
Jin
are
and
very
Lisa
cute,
will
for the
definitely
record.
be there, and with
Some
any
of their
luck,
color coordination is a little weird, but those things are very cute and they were very pleasant. I appreciate the fact that they didn't drone on for 5 hours, or however goddamn long the R&R one took. They are very cute. I like them. I would like them to not be looted. One of them was a painter that we helped out, a struggling artist. He was very sweet.
Step on up.
The wind knows me.
Sumeru had a really bad issue of quest dragging on. Like, Sumeru had... it wasn't even just the Aranara. Fucking... Sumeru had, like, the Aranara one, the Desert Dweller people we helped out, and then the fucking little flying Celebi looking things in the newest area.
Time to go.
Like, all together, like, all those different plot lines, there were, like, fucking 6 huge world quests tied into all those. They were incredibly tedious. Girls! Check the door next to some guy named Woodshit.
Hey, you two busy?
Hopefully I can do it after this. Long time no see, everyone. Actually, I should be making sure. Yep, long time no see.
You must have had a tough journey,
What's up,
Kaeya.
my pog champs?
Oh, it's been a while, cutie. Yes, welcome back, Kaeya.
why is the honorary knight accompanying you? I understand. Back to matters at hand, Kaeya.
So they're just furries as France? They're like they're just a different race.
Thank you.
That like
A few days
developed
ago,
in
we
Fontaine.
received a letter from the representative
They're
of the
apparently
Wine
based on
Merchants
sea bunnies.
Association in Sumeru.
If
It
you know
was
what
thanks
those
to
are.
your on-the-spot decisions that further losses, due to continued delays, were avoided.
Just doing my duty. Anything to reduce the acting Grandmaster's workload. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have some unused travel funds. I'll return the surplus now.
I have a sudden urge to expose him in 4K.
Given the suddenness of the situation and the difficulty in resolving it, I authorized a greater than normal disbursement in case of unforeseen circumstances. But I didn't think there would be this much left over. Thank you, Kaeya.
Just doing the right thing. But I'm not actually here for a post-trip debrief. I brought some souvenirs back for everyone.
Souvenirs from Sumeru?
Here, the letter opener is for Jean, the jeweled brooch is for Lisa, and the items in the box are for everyone else.
Hey.
The artistry of this is exquisite. Look at the ornamentation on the sheath. This must be one of those crafts unique to Sumeru. It's my first time seeing one in person. Thank you, Kaeya.
I love the color of the gem in this brooch, and the setting is so elegant. You have excellent taste, Kaeya. This can't have come cheap.
It wasn't too bad.
Based on the color, it would probably look a lot
didn't
better on
spend
your
too
ultimate
much.
costume.
Might
The
I intrude a
Sumeru
moment?
uniform.
Albedo, is that you? Come in.
God damn, we're getting everybody!
I finished the latest quarterly expenses report for the workshop. It's ready for your
Everyone
review.
is here.
Traveler, greetings. And Kaeya, welcome back from Sumeru.
Hey,
And
what up,
Senor,
my
you
dude?
two look like
Oh,
you're in
sorry.
good spirits.
He wasn't done, my
As
bad.
a matter of fact, the honorary
Hey,
knight and
Neo,
I
welcome back. You got
traveled
pizza
from
too,
Sumeru
nice.
together. Ah, yes, and I brought some souvenirs for you and Klee.
Delivering
They form a
souvenirs to all
set.
the other knights.
Hold on, let me dig
You
them
missed
out.
Venti.
You're too kind. Klee has been constantly inquiring as to the timing of your return lately.
Aww.
Since you weren't around,
She
we
missed her
thought you
cool
had also
uncle.
been grounded, and that it would be a long time before you could come out.
Or other
Children
big bro,
always
whatever you
have
want to
the
call
most
him.
peculiar way of looking at things.
Also been grounded? Sounds like things haven't been
Bruh.
too dull for you all
Is
in
this the
my
patch of hey we
absence.
heard some complaints? Well, this was added last patch.
It's Klee's third
I
time
just didn't
this
know
month.
about it until this one.
Evidently, you're not the least bit surprised.
No. On the contrary, what would be a surprise is if Klee ever managed to stay out of trouble for a substantial length of time.
Anyway, since my souvenir is part of a set with Klee's, there's no rush to give it to me. When Klee's next, released, I'll bring her to see you sometime. We'll collect our souvenirs together.
Sure, makes sense. Leave the surprise for the person who'll enjoy it the most.
I'll leave these documents here. I'll take my leave now, everyone.
Kaeya, I've approved your vacation request.
Yeah, the censored
Use
versions
this
are the
time to
default.
relax and unwind. Don't worry about the report and other
You can
work.
still use
I'll
the
take
old
care of it.
ones.
You too, honorary knight. There isn't any work the knights
If you're
of
not on the
Favonius
CN
require
server.
your assistance with
But
at this
across
time,
all
so
servers, the
please
censored
take
ones
it
are still the
easy.
default for some reason.
Thank you. Then we'll be going now.
Enjoy your
It's
vacation.
all the same engine.
But
It'd be
don't
hard to
forget
make it different on
return
some but
the
not the
Fox and
others.
The Dandelion Sea series before it's due.
Yeah,
Don't
China's
worry,
weird.
I'm nearly done with those. I'll be able to
Again,
return
it's
them in a
why
few
I'm
days.
shocked that Linny released in the state he did. Like, I thought for sure that they were going to have to do something to those garters. Because that seems ridiculous. Wood. Is it this guy? Wood, yes. Check the door next to him.
When is Kaeya coming back? He still hasn't read me the 10th and 11th stories from the Fox and the Dandelion Sea.
Oh! Free her! Free her!
When is Kaeya coming back?
Oh goodbye. Thought he might have something new. Oh, god damn it. Free my baby! Let her out! She's done nothing wrong! Besides the domestic terrorism.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left.
Oh, you. You get it. I now have 2 of the 3 hidden achievements, Kino. Thank you, Secret. What are you smirking at?
Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to
Do I
be
think when
able to
Klee's
grow
mom's
up
enter the
without
story,
a
she'll just
worry
randomly
or
enter
care
in the middle of an
world
arc
is something
quest and we'll lose our
truly
minds?
precious.
I mean, I hope so. Especially if she's going to be a
now that all the
proxy of a
gifts for the
certain
Knights of
pink-haired
Favonius are
Jesus
with Jean,
allegory.
Next up is...
Which I still really hope she
I'll
is.
visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs. And
I
try
want
to
it
score
so
some
bad.
free
It'd be
wine.
so cute. It would be
It's been a
so
long
cute
time
for her
since I
mom to be an
last saw
Alicia
anyone there.
XP.
Plus,
I
it'll
need
be
it.
the perfect time to treat you to some of their newest brews. D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow, so perhaps it'll be easier to get free wine then. What do you think? When should we go?
Final achievement is just getting all the endings. Cool. Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow.
That works. Then I guess we'll see D-Luke. Let's meet at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery tomorrow.
Got the Sniper King outfit for Usopp. Yo. Not sure why Usopp would be wearing Sniper King's outfit. That's kind of weird. But hey. Ooh. When would I say Albedo was power crept out of the meta? Sad to say I don't think Albedo was ever meta, unfortunately. Yeah, Albedo was kind of a weird unit from the very beginning. He's like he is in, especially because it took him forever to get this sword, and like there was really nothing good on him. But yeah, he's what's a good way to put it? He's a luxury unit, basically. Like, you do not need him. He doesn't really do anything on his own. He is just he's a great character. I've unironically come to like his actual character a lot. But like in terms of gameplay, he's a luxury character. He doesn't really do anything that much on his own. It's just that Geo is so broken right now because of the lack of elemental reactions that it's all you can do. All you can do with Geo is just go full mono and make it as unga bunga as possible, and he helps that happen. But even then you don't need him. Like, I've seen people sub him out for Bennett and do just as much damage, sadly. He's not bad. Because, Mono Geo is, like, the name of the game, but, like, even if you're just using him, like, he's functional everywhere. His shit recharges so goddamn fast. And I don't think it's built into his C2, even. Yeah, no, it's just, he gets a little extra energy. Okay. It's partly because I have constellations on him, but, like, even without that, he recharges his shit so goddamn fast. You can just keep laying down his skill to get extra damage in, and you barely have to do any effort for it. Like, even before he got his signature weapon, you could put a 3-star weapon on him that had a very specific passive, and it just made him do ridiculous extra bits of damage. Is Zhongli still the best Geo unit? Zhongli is one of the best units in general, and it has nothing to do with him being Geo. Again, Geo is in a very bad place right now. It's just...
wine tastes the...
2 seconds. I put him on screen for 2 seconds and he fucking...
You made it.
Yes, Zhongli's still good.
Let's go inside. Brace yourself for some sour grapes.
Let him speak, no!
If you're not
He's
feeling
spoken
well, then
enough.
let me go this time.
Hi, Luke.
I'm fine. It's not serious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
What are you doing here today?
Greetings,
and I see
human.
you've brought a +1.
Hi.
Oh, it's nothing particularly pressing.
Besides
It's
Bountark,
just
any
that we
other
recently returned
anime
from
fillers?
Sumeru, and given
What's
how
the
long it's
second
been
worst
since
one
we last
outside of
visited the
Bleach?
winery, we thought we'd drop by and say hello.
Is that it? Make yourselves comfortable then.
Oh, do you really mean that?
I don't know of any one
Because
specific
my
block in
definition of
Naruto,
comfortable
and
happens
I
to
didn't
involve
watch it, so I can't
prodigious
say any of
amounts
those,
your
even though the
finest
answer is
wines.
probably those. Those might even
Speaking
be
of
worse
which,
than the Bountark.
I'm curious where you store the wine these days.
But I
Is it the
couldn't
same
name
place
individual
as it
ones
always
because
used to
Naruto just
be?
had like a whole fucking
Sounds
2
like
years of
you're in a
filler, and it
hurry
was
to
all
reach
mini
your
arcs.
goal. Been plotting this raid
So I'll
for
stick
a
to what I
long
actually
time?
know. And in terms of what I actually
Plotting a
know,
raid? Why, you misunderstand me. The truth is, a rumor happened to reach my ears recently. My informants tell me that last month, the Dawn Winery spent a large sum of mora
I don't
on
watch
2
that much
bottles
shonen,
of
so
limited
it's
edition
hard.
Northland Valberry liquor. However,
actually
turns
kind of
out that
difficult.
They were likely just cheap knockoffs masquerading as the real thing. Of course, a teetotaler like
second
yourself
worst
would
arc in
struggle to tell
Bleach.
the
My
difference.
bad.
So why not get a connoisseur to help you appraise
God,
the
I don't
quality?
remember other. I don't
Wait,
remember any of the other ones well
but the
enough.
sterling reputation of Dawn Winery is at stake. Why, if you really purchased
I
Bootleg
deadass
liquor,
barely remember the other
that would
fillers
be
because I was like so emotionally
better to have
checked out
unknown
with
and
Bleach at that
insignificant
point.
alcohol aficionados
Like
do
I
the taste
watched
test
the anime
for you
up until a certain
to
point,
prevent word getting out.
but like by the time they
Quite
started
the
doing more
story.
filler arcs,
You used that one last
and
year. Got
again,
anything else?
the thing is, so as bad as the Bount arc is, it's placed in a good spot. It happens between the end of the Soul Society and the start of the Arankar arc, and it can just be skipped over, even though the anime has flashbacks to it occasionally, because fuck you. Like, it's in a nice... It's in a good place. Again, I think the Bount arc in concept was smart. Just a long-ass thing that could feel like it was... They could feel like it was part of the story, and in a good spot. It was just horribly done. The problem with the other Bleach filler is that there's no breakpoint. Bleach's actual plot from the end of Soul Society all the way through the 1,000-Year Blood War, where the new anime picks up, it is just one solid, endless block. There is no pause, there is no time skip, there is no room for any filler. And yet Bleach has 2 or 3 more big filler arcs, like the Bount arc. So how does that work? They basically literally have record scratch moments, and they're just like, yep, that's us. But before we get back to that story, here's this other thing that totally happened off screen. It's rough. I want to say that those filler arcs aren't as painful to actually watch, but even just conceptually, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
What? Really? I totally
The worst,
forgot.
on that note, the worst Bleach arc is the Arankar arc.
In that case, how about the principle
I
of
don't care what anyone
reciprocity?
says.
Here, this is for you. I bought
Because
it
I
for
talk
you
about
in
there being no
Sumeru.
pause.
And
That
it
implies
cost
that
a
stuff is
veritable
constantly
mountain
happening.
of mora.
Unfortunately, none of the stuff is fucking interesting.
Thanks. Put it on the table.
That's it? No comment whatsoever?
You know how
You
this
want a
works, Kaeya.
comment? Okay, then. This thing is very in line with your unique aesthetic tastes. Much like that vase over there.
That's his way of saying
Bowser,
it's shit.
Fetch a bottle of this year's newest batch from the warehouse, or else someone will keep blathering on with endless excuses.
One moment, Master Kaeya. I shall fetch it immediately.
What's wrong, Elzer? Are you okay?
My throat is a bit raspy is all. It got better after I began taking medicine, but recently it flared up again. Other than a bit of difficulty breathing now and then, it's nothing to be concerned about.
Many illnesses are caused by overwork. If you don't get enough rest, medicine alone won't solve the problem. Surely you should have long since handed over the work of the winery to Diluc by now. You can't keep being Diluc's butler. He's becoming a louse.
Actually, most of the time he...
take some time off, Elzer. Don't put it off any longer. I'll handle the guild matters. It's important to take care of your health. You have to take it seriously. And, cavalry captain, you would do well to remember that brevity is the soul of wit.
Master Diluc, Master
Exposed.
Kaeya, thank you both. Then I'll take
What's
my leave and
Santa
rest for a few
Clarita?
days.
I have no idea.
Enjoy your vacation. Though, before you officially clock out, let me head out the door with you. We can grab a few bottles on the way. There's nothing quite like enjoying a quality wine while feeling the gentle breeze against your face.
You wanna come, D-Dog?
Normally I'd accompany you, but unfortunately I still have some pressing matters
Oh, it's
to
a
take
city.
care of.
Okay.
My apologies and
SoCal.
regards to both of you.
Cool.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
Bleach was never good. The first arc and most of the Soul Society is good. It's kind of Yu Yu Hakusho light, and because it ends up shitting the bed so hard, there's not a whole lot of reason to watch it instead of Yu Yu Hakusho with that, right? But the first arc is fun.
I asked Connor to select a bottle of our best. He'll bring it by shortly.
You asked Connor?
It just shat the
He
bed.
hasn't seen you in a while. He's just happy to be able to do this for you.
Hell, I also actually kind of like the
Considerate as
Fullbring
ever.
arc.
Ah, Elzer.
At least it was
I
something
also brought you a
different,
gift.
kind of.
Here, this belt buckle's for you.
At least it had funny
Such
Facebook man memes.
artistry. Thank you very much indeed. I'll put it on as soon as I get home.
Glad you like it. Go on, enjoy your time off. And don't forget to see a doctor.
Very well, Master Kaeya. I'll be taking my leave now.
Yeah, a lot of people, as far as I can
Elzer's
tell,
a
basically
good guy,
consider that arc to
and he's
basically
very
be canon
responsible.
filler. But again,
With 1,000
it
different
actually
things
it
to
has
worry
an
about each
interesting
day,
mystery behind it.
that
It actually
same
kind
sense
of
of
it actually
responsibility
focused on
wears you
Chad
down.
a little bit for the first
Master
time in a
Kaeya,
hot minute.
Your wine and an apple cider for your friend, all freshly fermented this year. Please have a taste.
And
Traveler,
it was
this
short.
one's for you.
It was easily digestible. More than I could say for any of the other bullshit.
Oh, very clear. And a full-bodied aroma. That's rather nice.
Isn't it? This one's a little on the sweeter side, but I can go grab a dry one if you'd prefer.
Watch Fairy Tail instead of Bleach. Nah.
No need.
Nah, watch
Sweet
Yu Yu
is
Hakusho.
just fine.
Trust me.
Let's drink one together.
Don't
just
mind
trust
if I do. I haven't caught up with you like this in a long time. We used to always pour the first glass for you when cracking open a new barrel. With you gone these past few years, I've had to drink it for you.
Well, since it wasn't me harvesting the grapes, de-stemming, or crushing them, it's much more fitting that you should take the first taste.
Twisting the grapes.
It's an important step in the winemaking process.
You'll compromise
After
and say you're
harvesting
interested in
grapes,
Full Metal
the
Alchemist.
stems
Nice.
have to be removed prior to fermentation, or they'll
Yeah, I don't know
affect the
when, but I'm
quality.
totally down for
If you'd like,
rewatching
Traveler,
the
you can
2003
help
show
us
at some
harvest
point.
some grapes. Winemaking can be quite a lot of fun.
It isn't nearly as exciting as he makes it
Much
sound.
like Galaxy Angel, I
Your
will be
back
very
in
interested
so
in
much
watching
pain
it with the
after
knowledge
picking
that it
grapes,
was Inoue.
You won't be able to stand up straight.
Master Kaeya is right. Harvesting
Skipping
grapes is
Husbando lines
backbreaking
in
labor.
Genshin is a crime.
But seeing the
I never
grapes
do
turn
it on
into grape
purpose.
Juice, then ferment into wine. It's a fascinating experience, and every person at the winery should have a chance to share in it.
Wait, so Diluc actually helps you with the winemaking?
Same guy as the UDG stuff, oh
goodness,
my
no.
god.
Master Diluc is far too busy, not just during the day, but even at night.
Oh? And just what is Diluc always so busy with?
Well, you know, come nightfall, he's always out there, networking and so on. Master Kaeya, you may be surprised to learn just what lengths Master Diluc is willing to go to for the sake of the business.
Connor, you're an awful liar. I hate to see you struggle.
Oh, so Master Kaeya, how do you like your drink? I remember you weren't very interested in wine when you were young.
That was the least natural segue in conversational history.
That was because the adults said children weren't allowed even a drop. Don't you remember how much trouble D-Luke got in that time he snuck a drink?
Ah, yes, of course. Adeline even covered for the two of you.
But on a serious note, having grown up at a winery, I spent my childhood watching Tunner plant the grape seeds, waiting for them to ripen on the vine, harvesting them together and waiting for the alcohol to ferment. Even though I couldn't help with making distilled spirits, watching everyone work was fascinating. How could anyone not love to drink with a childhood like that? So, let us raise a glass to wine itself.
By growing up around mean
thanks
drunks.
to the gracious hospitality the winery has shown us today.
To our generous hosts.
Here, here. To Dawn Winery.
Speaking of wine, Connor.
Seeing the hearts reminds me about Layla's hangout with the stress meter. That was fun. Layla's was actually really fun because of that gimmick. That was cute.
Thank you, Master Kaeya. Time really does fly. I still remember the days when everyone was giving you gifts at your birthday parties when you were young. Now I have
the heart meters are always
Tunner's
there.
Bent double. Well, Master
For the
Kaeya
Hangouts,
is
it's just that they rarely end up being
They
rarely end up mattering too much outside of Layla's.
He's still tough, but getting on in years, so some things just aren't as easy as they were. But he's used to doing things his way and doesn't trust new employees to do it for him. A lot of the temporary workers
outside of that one, they're pretty superfluous, actually.
How picky he was. Master Kaeya, if you have time, why not go talk to him about it? You're probably the only person he'll listen to besides Master D-Luke.
I definitely owe him a visit. I haven't seen him in some time, and I do have fond memories of the days when he was teaching me to pick grapes.
Those were the days.
Busy day today, Tunner?
Oh, Master Kaeya, you're back. No, I'm not at all busy. I just spend my hours watching the grapes growing on the vine. They're growing wonderfully this year. A few rows are almost ripe. We've already begun harvesting them these past few days, so that'll keep me occupied. Sit, sit. After we're done picking, I'll bring a few bunches over for you to try.
No need. We were just drinking with Connor, and our stomachs are so full of wine that we couldn't eat a bite.
What about your friend? Doesn't she want to try?
Shit. I'm not hungry.
Allow me to introduce the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius.
Lost my place again.
Ah, the honorary
Is
knight
there
in the flesh.
anything where I prefer sub?
There are so many talented people in the Knights of Favonius. You all have bright futures ahead of you.
I mean, there's stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Harvesting
5Ds.
grapes is hard work. Let
Where
me
I
help you.
acknowledge that the dub
Do you
is
still remember
actually
how I used to
detrimental
help out when we were shorthanded?
in parts enough to do the sub instead.
In that case, I'm
But generally
counting on
speaking, even then, I think I'd rather watch the dub. I think in most instances I would. I'll help too.
What's this? Everyone's clamoring
trying to
do
think.
manual labor? Well, suits me. More help is always appreciated. Come with me, young lass. I'll tell you which grapes are ripe enough, and you can pick them.
A lot of offering drinks. Why is your radar on? King Goju just to make you go, what? Ruh-roh.
Ooh, you have nimble hands.
Yeah, I don't think
lassie.
there is.
Master Kaeya wasn't nearly so careful when he was young. He mangled so many his first time.
Like, there are
What a
plenty of
waste.
instances where I can acknowledge
Fortunately, the young master has a good head
that the
on his
dub did a
shoulders.
bad job,
Didn't take long for him
or
to get
like
up to
ruined the
speed.
intent.
And now he's turned into such an
But like even then, so long as I
outstanding
know
young
what the original
Polite,
intent was
kind.
and how it ruined it, I will still
If I had
typically
a
watch
son
the
as
dub.
exceptional as
It's
Kaeya,
just easier.
oh, I would be the
Makes things more
happiest
digestible
man
to
in
watch.
Mondstadt.
Like, even absolutely awful dubs.
There's a few more rows of grapes up
Even
ahead.
absolutely terrible
Let's
dubs
finish
like
picking
fucking
them together.
Chibi Vampire.
Careful not to damage
Is
the
like,
grapes
you know
when
what?
you
If
pinch
I were
the stem.
going to watch Chibi Vampire, which I admittedly probably never will, I would probably still watch the dub, even though it's bad. It's like, it's just easier. Like, English is my first language. It's my only language. Being able to understand what was going on without constantly also looking at subtitles.
These grapes look excellent. You're
Just
a
lets me
fast
get
learner.
more immersed in the overall story. Though I tend to prefer it whenever possible.
I'll take them. Good job.
There are obviously some instances where I have no choice. like Toradora. Toradora took forever to get dubbed. Star Driver still hasn't been dubbed. Anohana took forever to get dubbed. The second season of Higurashi no Nakukoro ni never got dubbed. The original show, not the reboot. I still haven't watched the reboot.
Master Kaeya
I don't know what's
left the
happening there.
winery and moved to Mondstadt.
The
Just
Gen
like
4
my
Pokemon
own
anime.
son, Guy.
I guess
He left
Pokemon.
home to join the Knights of
If I
Favonius
had to
too.
pick something, I guess I would say
don't know that like
Pokemon.
Miss Adeline or Master Diluc do.
Because,
But
yeah,
I
if I ever...
know that no matter how old your child gets,
Outside
they
of
always
the
need
new
a
series
home
where
they can
Ash
come
is
back
gone and it's an entirely new cast.
And without family by your
Like,
side,
if I'm going to watch
least
any
need the
Pokemon where Ash is
companionship
in
of
it,
friends.
and he's not voiced by
I've
Veronica
been working
Taylor,
here for decades and
then I think I'd rather just
watched
go
him
sub.
grow up with my own two eyes. Sometimes I get the sense that there is something
Precure, yeah,
bothering him.
Precure. Have no choice there.
Something deep-rooted.
I guess you could also add Precure to that
But
list.
he guards his
The first
secrets
season
closely.
did get an English dub,
Or perhaps he
as well
just
as two
doesn't want
glitter,
to
as well
involve
as
us.
two Glitter Force
After
seasons.
all, I doubt.
But
that
I would
we
rather
could help
watch the
him.
actual Precure than
I
any
can
of
see
those.
that you have a good
So you can throw
relationship
that
with
in there, I
Master
suppose.
Kaeya. Please look after him. He's very dear to us.
I'm so sorry I talked about subs versus dub over this wholesome old man. I'm sorry, dude. I'll take good care of Kaeya, though.
Hearing that puts my mind at ease. You're a good child. Thank you.
He's an important friend to me.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Friend. And
Knowing
nothing
that
more.
He has a friend like you. We here at the winery can be happy for him.
You're looking very happy, Tunner. Was the traveler telling you some jokes?
Yeah, no. Like, just my
No
preference.
jokes.
If I wanted to read, and I do
I've
occasionally,
received a
I would
letter
read.
From my son, Guy.
But if I'm
Really
watching something,
going
I like to
places.
actually
I'm
properly,
so
fully
delighted.
immerse myself in it and watch
Master
it.
Kaeya,
And it's
on
harder
a
to do
very
that with
night.
subtitles.
My eyesight is fading in my old age. Could you read it out for me?
Of course.
Thank you both.
That was an alright one. Okay. One more. Section 5, start on Homecoming. Oh, okay. Wow, a lot of these ended up branching out from Mondstadt. Did we actually go in order? I think we did. Or no, I think we did ending 2 first, because that was the boring one.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left.
I can't get over that. I love it. I love that he's teaching her to be even worse than she already is. With the domestic terrorism. I'm so proud.
Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be able to grow up without a worry or care in the world is something truly precious. Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favonius are with Jean, next up is... Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext
Yeah,
of
ending 2
delivering
was the one that
souvenirs and try to score some
spent
free
an
wine.
hour
It's been
just
a long
to end
time
with us
since I
fucking
last saw anyone
fishing.
there. Plus, it'll be the perfect time to treat you to some of their newest brews. D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow, so perhaps it'll be easier to get free wine then. What do you think? When should we go?
Yeah, no, I get it, Dusk. I do. The day after tomorrow. I love that movie!
Great. Then it's settled. Let's meet the day after tomorrow at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery.
Yeah, like, but you don't always agree with me. But, I don't always agree with you. But, I respect your take. Yeah, like I said, a part of me is sad that you're not gonna finish, See It in English. Like, I know you have to because you found out your boy is in it. But, like, I genuinely think Seed was elevated a lot for me on this rewatch because of the new dub. Because of what a fucking fantastic job Griffith's voice actor did with Rao. I need to hear that man in more things. I need it. We also just probably need to watch Berserk at some point in the server, just in general. Just matter of finding a place for it and also putting a trigger warning on it.
Time to go.
Over here. Yep.
I repeat, give us more wing options. Give us a nice set of, like, actually black wings that can go with everything. Like the twins' outfits.
You're more punctual than I expected. Let's head inside.
Master Kaeya? And the Traveler? Welcome, welcome. Please, come in. I'll fetch you both something to drink.
Long time no see, Elzer.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? So, what brings you back to the winery this... Sorry. Is there anything I can do for you?
No need to be so formal. I just returned from Sumeru and dropped by to see you all.
Ah, what a pity. Master D-Luke went out to handle business last night and hasn't returned yet.
Never mind. The main thing is that you and Adeland are here. Oh, speaking of Adeland, where is she?
You just learned what King Odra did. You're gonna head out because you need
She
to
was
be
busy
knocked
cleaning
out?
yesterday,
That
and finally has
bad?
a bit of time to herself.
Bruh.
Perfect. I brought some gifts for you both.
Berserk, you can
This belt
watch
buckle
dub.
is
You
for
ended up
you.
watching that one, Dusk. Oh, nice. Cool. You can join us for that one. Nice.
Exquisite. Thank
Yeah, that
you,
Berserk,
Master
the
Kaeya.
Berserk dub is unironically really good, especially for the
treasure
time period it came out in.
Would you like anything to drink? We recently finished making a new batch
Like
of
dubs in the New
dandelion
York
wine.
area, especially, were kind of shaky
Well,
in that
what
back in
perfect
that time period.
I was just wondering how this year's batch
But,
was coming along.
Let me
But,
fetch a barrel and have
somehow
someone
that one
deliver
just
to
turned
the
out
Knights of
fantastic.
Favonius headquarters for you.
Oh, I won't be needing an entire barrel. A couple of
I think they
bottles
just
will
got
be
very
more than
lucky
sufficient.
with getting
Else
people who were
D-Luke might say
like
I
just
came here to
perfect
beg.
for the main
Oh,
three.
Master D-Luke might grumble, but he doesn't mean it. Anyway, let me fix you both a drink.
Much obliged. Then I'll have a glass of dandelion wine and a glass of cider lake for her, if you please.
Cider Lake.
The name is not that literal. It is a drink.
You'll put
with
in critique
virtually
mode and
no
spoiler tags?
alcoholic
Yeah,
content,
yeah.
as
I'm
Master
curious
Kaeya will
now.
Be aware. I'll prepare them now. Please, wait a moment.
Oh god, did they give me a non-alcoholic drink? Oh, don't start this shit again! I thought this discourse, the fucking traveler being underage discourse had finally died down, or at least I never fucking see it anymore. Oh, don't drudge this up again, dude.
Speaking, that's not entirely true. Cider
Oh, okay.
Lake does have a tiny amount of alcohol in it.
Oh.
Please, enjoy.
Right.
Pleased you liked it. Looks like my bartending skills haven't faded with age.
How have you been recently? Is the winery's business doing well?
To tell you the truth, we've had our work cut out for us recently trying to fulfill some major orders. Things have only just started to quiet down over the last couple of days.
You drank beer when you were 10,
so
Dusk.
You've had no time off lately.
Master DeLuke was concerned about the same thing. But with him being out on business for a few days, who would take care of business and the guests if I were to take time off? Maybe some other time.
At least take half a day to see a doctor and make sure you're okay. If your condition worsens, DeLuke will never forgive himself.
You make a fair point.
If you're worried about having someone to handle the winery, why not leave it to me? I'm familiar enough with your responsibilities to cover for you for a while.
Master Kaeya, Please, come back to the winery more often. We all miss you very much.
Aw.
All right. No need for that kind of talk. Come on, I'll see you out.
While I'm resting, I shall leave Dawn Winery in your hands.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Rest easy, and go see the doctor.
Aw.
Such
Oh, your
great
dad
weather
pranked
today.
you, God.
A calm breeze and delicious wine. This is quite the treat. Though, it's a pity this batch seems a bit bland. How about I go to the wine locker and fetch one from the reserve collection? I remember it's on the second floor.
That seems illegal.
Of course it's fine.
Impact shot?
I promised Elzer I'd help. I said nothing about leaving the wine alone.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm a little late
I
to the
know who
welcome
that
party,
piece
but
is for.
I believe I just heard the words wine locker and reserve
It's
collection.
for Japard!
Planning on pilfering a bottle
Because
of reserve,
surely
Master
anyone who
Kaeya?
has Japard
The
wouldn't still be
reserve
using
collection
March.
is reserved for a reason, you know. You should at least run it past Master
Right,
Duke
Ninja?
first.
Oh, Adeline,
Right?
surely you misheard. We were simply taking a walk around the house.
I see. Anyway, what brings you and the traveler to the winery today?
We just returned from Sumeru. It's been a while, so I thought we might drop
Surely.
by and say hello.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
perhaps enjoy a complimentary drink while we're here. Surely you wouldn't object, Adeline.
How
I'm
could
so
I
sorry,
object?
Secret.
We're simply happy that you've come back to see
Again,
us.
hoping and praying
I
they
also brought
start
some gifts
giving
for
out
you
more
all.
silver tickets.
This bottle of essential oil is
like
for you.
the 10 gold
If you
tickets
rub
every
it on your
patch is
hands when
nice.
it gets cold, your skin won't
But I
crack.
feel like
Oh my.
I feel like we need to also start
I
to
can't
get some
believe you
silver
remembered
ones
something
along
like
with it.
Of course I remember.
Like I said, just let everybody
always
just
took
let
such
everybody
good care
get
of
their
me when I fell sick as a
5-star that they
child.
actually want
In comparison, this
within
is
a decent time frame.
You're all grown up now.
At
and
the
you don't
current
get sick
rate,
nearly
people
as
are
easily.
unless they use their
You
regular
don't really
gems, which
need
is
to look
dumb.
after you anymore.
True. I don't get sick as much.
Like it's gonna take
But
over a
speaking of
year
being
still.
looked after, when I was in Sumeru, I did find myself and
I'm
my
a little
stomach
closer
missing
because
your
I'm dumb and
cooking
waste
so
all my simulated
terribly.
universe currency on silver
Are
tickets.
you hungry? Would you like to eat something?
I'm at like
You too,
225,
traveler.
I think,
Please
something
tell
like
me
that.
if
But like
there's
even
anything you'd
then,
like to
it's gonna be a
eat.
couple of months for
Well,
me.
now that you mention it, I do actually feel a bit peckish.
Steak?
Oh, yes.
It's in
A
critique.
nice
It's
steak
serious.
would
I
really
am. Let
hit
me
the
see.
spot.
What'd they
Fragrant
do?
cedarwood grilled. Medium. Stewed vegetables on the side?
Yes, just like you always used to make. Thank you kindly, Adeline.
My pleasure. Traveler, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with your preferences. Would you like to come with me and select a few dishes?
Aha. That is a very strange choice. It It's definitely different. Interesting that they're getting experimental at the same time Power Rangers is trying to.
Grilling the steak
Yeah, I don't know how to
over
feel about
fragrant
that.
cedar wood infuses it with more flavor than pan-frying it. It's a favorite of Master Kaeya's. Since using an open flame to grill indoors is somewhat inconvenient,
Yeah, that is weird.
we usually set up a grill outdoors.
I
It's
don't know enough
perfect
about
for
I don't
grilling
know enough about
meat,
like
but you
what
can also use it
what
to
the
make
main
stews.
plot in that's been
I
about.
can offer you a satisfying
to say whether or
salad,
not that's a good or
cold
bad
cut platter,
choice.
and anything stewed. What would you
But it is
prefer,
definitely
Traveler?
strange. Cold cut platter.
Okay, right away.
If you please.
Master Kaeya really likes stewed vegetables, but it takes the most time. So I'll start making that first, and then prepare your meal once that's underway.
You seem to know an awful lot about him. You trying to move it on my territory?
Of course! I looked after him and Master Diluc when they were growing up. He wasn't always such a complicated character.
New poster and
He
a
was
second
gentle
opening.
child,
Interesting.
Polite and very sweet. Boys, huh? The gentle ones grow up to be wild, and the rambunctious ones become quiet and reserved. At least that's my experience. If there's anything you don't understand about Master Kaeya and his antics, please feel free to talk to me about it. His temperament has changed quite a lot over the years, but he still has a lot of the endearing qualities I remember.
My place again. I can't always tell if he's being truthful. Or no, I can't even tell. Can't always tell he's up to.
Kaeya is much
That option probably
savvier
didn't
and
even
more
matter.
mature than he used to be. Goodness knows he could be tricky to deal
I
with.
feel like we're firmly on a
Let me
different
share
route at
a
this point.
few
I doubt
little
any of the
tips.
answers matter from here out.
When he answers your question with a question, stop and think carefully about what he wants you to believe, and don't be led on by him. As for not knowing what he's up to, that's because he loves making up a good cover story. But don't let him get to you too much. You can take it from me. You were drinking a cider lake just now,
My
right?
character's designed. Design
Do you
nature
know
are
why
supposed
it's
to be
called
attractive or
that?
sexy.
The name
But for X
was
to Y reason,
coined
you don't
by
find them
none
attractive, at
other
least in
than
that sense you
Master
get me.
Kreppus,
Oh, absolutely,
when
yeah,
he
no.
mixed the drink for Master
No,
Kaeya
totally.
himself. They were adorable when they were young.
Like,
One
all
time,
too often,
the
there are
winery
designs
was
that are just
hosting a
obviously
banquet,
trying
and
way,
Master
way
Kreppus
too hard.
strictly forbade
To the point
Master
that I feel like it
Diluc
ends up
from
having
drinking.
the opposite effect on people.
Master Diluc wasn't happy about that.
See
and he
most of the
convinced
Xenoblade
Master
2
Kaeya
optional
to team
blades.
up with him and sneak into the wine cellar to steal some
Not all.
dandelion wine.
But a lot.
And how did I find this out? Because when Master Kaeya attempted to distract me, I could clearly see Diluc hiding around the corner of the corridor, gesturing to Master Kaeya to direct him through the whole thing. The Captain Kaeya of today never bats an eye when he lies, but he wasn't like that at all when he was young. Ah, goodness, how did I get into this? Anyway, they were discovered by Master Kreppus in the end, and he was furious. He punished Master Kaeya by making him write lines, and Master Diluc was forced to clean the wine barrels in the cellar. Oh, the wine cellar had over a dozen large wine barrels to scrub, and Master Diluc was just a child. There was no way he could finish it all by himself. Master Kreppus really meant to teach him a lesson. I'd originally planned to secretly finish off the work for him, but when I peeked inside the cellar, I found that Master Kaeya was already there. He and I finished scrubbing the remaining barrels. When Master Kreppus saw that the bruises on Master Kaeya's hands were even darker than those on Master Diluc's hands, he instantly understood the situation. Master Kreppus wasn't stern by nature, so to comfort Master Kaeya, he mixed him a drink and added a few drops of alcohol just so he could have a little taste. So you see, Kaeya was a gentle child,
New poster in
and
there.
never one to boast about the things he did for other people. Sometimes he'd even deny it if asked.
I can't tell if the characters
His
look
friends
different or
have a
not.
special place in his heart, even if he keeps this to himself.
I also think I hate
Kaeya's
Red's
quite
super
a
mode.
smooth talker these days.
Mostly because it makes him
but
not
I can
red
tell
anymore.
That his habit of quietly helping others hasn't changed.
That's kind of lame. I understand.
Good. Okay, the stew is nearly ready, but the meat and the other dishes will need a moment. Please wait at the table. I'll be over shortly.
Yeah, again, don't know enough about King Oger to say anything beyond that. Just an interesting
Drinking
place.
fine wine.
That could either be
eating
something
Adeline's
cool and refreshing,
steak.
or could be a huge mistake.
Now this is what I call a vacation. Oh? What is Adeline
People are
been
calling it
telling you?
King Cosmic Fury. I mean, considering the poster even makes it look like they're in space, understandable. Like I said, it is kind of the same thing Power Rangers is trying to do. It's an interesting situation, to be sure. She said he had a strong sense of justice.
So she told the good stories. Well, shucks. Now I'm embarrassed.
Food's ready. I hope you're hungry. I made a little extra, given how long it's been since you were last here.
Oh, we never imagined there would be such a magnificent feast. You've really outdone yourself. Why don't you sit and eat with us this time?
Eat.
If
Together!
you keep chatting away, the food will get cold. I'll wait here. Please call me if you need anything.
I'm afraid that just won't do, Adeline. I'm serious. We get together so rarely. Can't you bend the house rules just this once? After all, I don't live here anymore, so I'm just a regular guest. You aren't going to refuse your honored guest this small request, are you?
Since it's you, Master Kaeya, I see no choice but to honor your request. I know that us sharing a meal is a sign of our close relationship, but this is technically against the rules for a maid, so please forgive me for rebuffing you at first. I didn't mean to sound rude.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Kaeya's fault.
Traveler, given how petty Master Kaeya can be, it must be hard for him to make friends. Does he have any friends in the Knights of Favonius?
He's cool with everyone. He bought them souvenirs.
See? I do have a way with people. And now I have her here to back me up.
For example, Winry from FMA. See the body type? And the
Hello,
show.
everyone.
There's a little
Pardon me,
fan service, but you
is
don't
this
find her
Dawn
attractive in that
Winery?
sense. You like the character, but not
I'm
like that.
Wanger,
Yeah.
a guard
Yeah, I
with the
can see
Secure
that. Yeah, with like her
Transport
tube
Agency
top
under
and
the Leo
whatnot.
Communications Office. Here's my card.
No wonder Elzer felt so strongly about staying. He certainly wasn't kidding about how busy it is. Mr. Guangzhe, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is all mine. The Secure Transport Agency has worked with your fine establishment in the past, though we have only corresponded through letters. I always found it a great pity that I, the overseer of our cooperation, have never had
Like
the
Winry's
occasion
such
to
a
visit in
well-written
person.
character, also that it's
Why
just
don't
like
we go
it's
inside to discuss
she's
the
like she's not the
details?
kind of character that I
No
think is
doubt the
easy to
conversation will
objectify.
flow better
If that
with
makes any
some of
sense.
our wines to
She's
taste.
too
Adeline,
homey, I guess
we'll
would be the
continue our
word.
discussion later. Could you fetch some apple
She
cider
feels too
for
much
the
like an
three of
actual
us?
person you could know.
Certainly, Master Kaeya. Please wait a moment.
And how might I address you, sir, as well as your...
Just Kaeya is fine. I'm standing in today for Elzer, who usually manages the winery's business. And this is my good friend.
Hi, hello, I'm insert name here.
A pleasure to meet you as well. I'm not just here today to pay a visit. I actually have an invitation for Master Diluc to cut the ribbon at a ceremony to celebrate our agency's business. Our collaboration with Dawn Winery last year was quite successful, and I was curious about your product shipment plans for the next quarter. If it's no trouble, please, also mention to Master Diluc that our agency has expanded this year, so if the winery has any additional needs, please consider us.
Master Kaeya, the apple cider you requested.
Master? Wait. Pardon my foolishness, but might I inquire as to your relation to Dawn Winery?
I'm Master Krepus's adopted son, and Master Diluc's brother. However, as a serving captain with the Knights of Favonius, I am rarely at the winery.
My mistake. I apologize for not realizing earlier. I do hope I have not done you a discourtesy.
Oscar
You
check.
may have
I'm good, actually.
misunderstood, Mr. Guangzhe. Though I am Master Diluc's brother,
I will
I
realign
don't
myself
actually
and
live
stretch
at
out a little
Dawn
bit
Winery.
anyway.
I'm also a guest here today. I'm merely here receiving guests due to Elzer being temporarily indisposed. But please, don't worry. I will be sure to extend your invitation to Master Diluc.
Thank you for your graciousness. I knew the Dawn Winery's wines were delicious, but I am only now discovering how wonderful the apple cider is. It has a clear and inviting fragrance.
In addition to the apple cider, the winery has an extensive collection of reserve wines and liquors. I see you are also a connoisseur of fine wines, so it would be a shame not to sample some. Adeland, please fetch a bottle from the reserve collection in the second floor wine locker.
As you wish, Master.
Thank you again for your most gracious hospitality. Today's trip was very fruitful. Now, allow your humble servant to take his leave.
Please, it was a pleasure. Here's hoping we'll have a chance to share some more fine wines together in the future.
The guest has left, Master Kaeya.
His plan succeeded again!
It's no skin off my nose. Master Diluc may have a few choice words when he learns of the situation, but that's all. All I really want to say
get over
is,
it.
you will always be a part of the Dawn Winery family, Master Kaeya. I
Daw.
have never considered you an outsider. No matter when, if you ever feel tired, you'll always be welcome here.
I understand, Adeland. Oh, now this is a busy day. Who's at the door this time?
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
Now that was fast. How are you feeling?
The doctor said there was nothing to worry about. I just need
Kind of
some
wish
rest.
Rider Belts
But on the
had
way
the
back,
same
I
bootleg
met someone
situation
who
as
was looking for Master
Transformers.
Kaeya.
Kaeya! Shh! Klee's here to rescue you. Come on, let's escape.
How did you get out? How did you get out of jail and how did you get here? What are we rescuing you? What are we rescuing him from?
Miss Honorary Knight! Are you
That's why we
rescuing Kaeya
saved this
too?
one for last. Good choice.
Grounded?
My baby.
Yes, Albedo was saying something about
Hey,
that.
Blanco, how you doing?
Sumeru was fun, but it can't compare
Yeah,
with
bootleg
Mondstadt.
Rider Belts
So
could be a
here we
hell of
are.
a good
You two
business
must have
venture.
done something to make Jean mad, but that's okay.
But as far as I know, nothing like that exists, sadly. At least not in high quality. Not in as high quality as certain Transformers bootlegs do.
Kaeya has rescued Klee loads of times before, so when Albedo told me you came back, I went and said sorry to Jean.
Aww.
You're free now. We can go play together again.
Oh, if my memory serves me correctly, this child is...
This is a fully qualified Knight of Favonius, Klee.
Hello, miss. I'm Klee. We're sorry. Please don't ground Kaeya.
Yo.
I really need to take Kaeya and Miss Honorary Knight away, so we can go find Albedo, Sucrose, Amber, and everyone else and play together.
I see. Hello, Miss Klee. You needn't worry. Master Kaeya's grounding is long over.
See, Adeland, you don't need to worry about me. I have lots of people to care for me now.
I have a daughter. My baby! Oh! What a good family! Oh my god! Save, 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 for the love of God, save! Thumbnail! Best one, no question. Klee out of 10. That was adorable. Okay, alright. Hey, those were fine. The Liyue one was boring. I'ma just say it. Liyue one was boring. Sumeru one was also kind of meh. Mondstadt ones were pretty fun. Lots of cameos. Lots of actually interacting with the characters I give a shit about. That's always nice. So, we'll take it. Worth the journey. Kaeya's Day Out. I have an episode title, thank God. For when I eventually... Don't mind if this doesn't go up right away. On Twitch or YouTube, I have to Frankenstein the footage together. With the first one we did yesterday. And compress it and re-upload it. Because Twitch size limits are a bitch. But we'll get that eventually. We'll write that down in the meantime. But okay, good to have that done. Alright, with that, miscellaneous exploration progress aside, again, I never did finish these 2 new areas because they, you know, suck. Local streamer found dead on floor. Suffered a heart attack after being overwhelmed by her daughter's cuteness. You damn right. But yeah, minor bits of exploration, stuff I care about. The only stuff I care about is plot and whatnot. We are officially caught up. That hangout was out last patch, but it's done now. Anime France is done for now. I don't believe there's... I don't know, actually. I guess I didn't watch the live stream, so I don't really know. I don't know if there's going to be, like, more character quests in the second half or whatever. I know that there aren't any new... there aren't any new characters coming out, so I have to assume now. Because, yeah, I believe next characters are Zhongli and Child getting a rerun. So I think we might be done with Genshin until next patch. Then is there supposed to be an event? Maybe there's an event. I don't know. If there's an event, then that's one thing. Check my posture again, even though I'm about to end off. Thank you, Blanca. Yeah, I don't know. If there's an event, I'll come back and do it at some point when the time gating's over, but yeah. In terms of stuff that is currently available, stuff that I'm interested in doing on screen, I believe we are done for the moment. Be on the lookout for future hangouts. Yeah, thank you, Secret. I appreciate it, because I kind of forgot about them. I forgot a lot of things about this game. I forgot how much... Oh yeah, I think I got distracted before. I meant to say, some of the puzzles I think might be bugged. Just FYI to anyone playing along at home. If you find yourself struggling to, like, open certain things underwater or interact with certain things that should be interactable, then, try restarting your game. Because, it's a little finicky. What game do they copy water controls from? It's, I don't know. It's X to go up, circle to go down. And then, instead of combat, what you have to do is, find sea creatures with a unique mark over them. Suck out a little part of their soul. And then by doing that, you get a little, extra skill that resembles the stuff they can do. So, again, the up and down thing I don't mind. Like, the actual controls are perfectly fine. It's the combat that's a problem, because there are, like, unique boss enemies down here that you can kill for, like, achievements and stuff like that, and they're kind of a bitch to deal with. And it's kind of strange. The only other game off the top of my head I can think of that had controls like this, I believe this is how you went underwater in Kingdom Hearts. I might be wrong about that. It's been a while since I played the first game, because I'm not into self-torture. It's fine. Atlantis sucks. Kingdom Hearts 1 is fine, Atlantis sucks. And DMC 1, I believe, also had very similar controls, actually, so I'm kind of used to it. But I can imagine it'll be a little awkward for, like, anyone who's not, and then like I said, the actual combat is strange. But, alright. Okay. Tips on how to deal with Fontaine aside, I think I am done. It's a little early, but I'm very tired. I'm very tired, so they didn't copy Zelda for once. Is that not how it works in Zelda? That's good. So I am going to, I'm gonna stop here for the night, at least on Twitch. Take a break, hopefully finish up Transformers Armada in the Discord. And then, like I said, I will probably not be doing anything tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m., I am going to see Blue Beetle. I will probably not be back until 9 o'clock at the earliest. And thus, probably a little too late to, like, hop into, to get started on going back to Trails, which is what I didn't ask what's on the agenda now. We're going back to Trails. I didn't mean for Genshin to end up being such a long segue, but the quest ended up being both pretty lengthy and really good, so I didn't mind setting aside the time for him so much. But Tuesday we should be back to Trails. Go full force on that. Genshin content is a celebration? Yeah, no, like this patch was an absolute treat. I was genuinely impressed by a lot of the writing quality in Fontaine. Like, I have like no major complaints about any of the writing quality or just general plot points or storytelling that went on. They did a very, very good job. I'm very anxious to see where we go from here. I'm so excited to see my boy on the big screen. I'm going with my little sister. She was super excited when I offered, actually. She actually wanted to see it. So, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Well, probably, if anything tomorrow, what's probably going to happen is, assuming I'm able to sleep and don't just pass out as soon as I get home, I'll probably hang out in the Discord. We'll probably spend like an hour ranting and raving about Blue Beetle because I know Best had a lot to talk to me about it. Dusk might too by the time I'm done with it. And then maybe we'll get started on One Piece. We'll see. We'll see how people are feeling. See if people want to start it when we're just gonna have to immediately take a break to do Transformers on Monday. But we'll see. All right. That's the plan. I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you all very, very much for joining me. Special thanks to Ninja, Fusion, Go-Kart tier patrons, Vroom Vroom. If you want to help support Blue Beetle, check out at least the description. Love you guys. Nighty-night.